What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I'm LotusAsakura, the one who never knows best, and today we have the patch notes for patch 1.05 for Tekken 8, and it's looking like a doozy. There's a lot of changes for basically every character in the game. There's a lot of like system changes as well that are probably gonna make a pretty substantial difference in the game and in the future of the game, both at, well, I was gonna say both at the casual and competitive level, but frankly at every level. So I'm live on Twitch right now, by the way, twitch.tv/LotusAsakura. As I go through this, I'm not sure if you guys are seeing this like fully and unedited, or if I chop this down, or if I'm gonna do a condensed version or what, but I'm recording this as I go through it together with chat. And so yes, let's just go ahead and get it popping. So obviously today's the 10th, this is being recorded. The patch will be later tonight where this actually all goes live, and then we'll probably test it out some more. And I might not do it right away because I'm the type of guy who I usually like to lurk at some other people's streams and see them like lab things out and test things before I jump into it for myself. Yeah, man, you see the dates and the times right here. Let's go ahead and get into the contents and the details. So new items added to the Tekken shop, feature improvements and bug fixes, properties and or behavior for select moves or select characters were adjusted. The new costume pack, the Dangerous Grappler pack and Wonderful Wrestler pack will be available for all playable characters. We'll look at what those look like. And then Tekken 5 Asuka is the new costume, as well as a free avatar customization item was added. Functional improvements, bug fixes, optimize the PC performance measurement process conducted during the initial launch and when resetting graphic settings, Steam version only. Added a feature that automatically lowers the graphic settings for subsequent matches if all the processing load exceeds a certain threshold during online battles, Steam version only. That's actually pretty fucking good, I'm not gonna lie. Because the thing is, as this game has crossplay, and that's great, that's wonderful. I love that. More games should have crossplay, and the crossplay functions pretty well. Problem is, PC players don't know their own strength. They don't know the limits of their own hardware. We have all had a match before where you're playing against somebody who's on PC, which by the way, I play on console, I'm a PS5 player, but we've all had a match where we play against somebody who's on a PC and their little indicator in the bottom right of the corner starts flashing red because they're playing the game on settings that are too high for their computer to handle to play this game. The game is now going to forcibly change your graphics settings and be like, hey man, you don't have a 4090 Ti or whatever in your computer. You can't handle this game on ultra settings. We're gonna turn it down for you since you don't seem to be capable of doing it yourself. Yeah, because, and I don't know if it's just people playing on laptops or what, but I didn't experience that one too many times for myself, so I'm glad that they're doing that. Improve the practice mode by temporarily saving the settings for punishment settings and defense in training mode. When playing again with the same character, the previous settings will be retained. This is a huge buff to training mode. Myself and many others have been asking for this, because if you set up the training dummy to do certain things and you're trying to practice some stuff in between matches, and then you get into a match and you come back, all the settings that you made and the recordings that you made, they're gone. Now they're gonna stay. That's phenomenal. That's amazing. I'm really glad to hear that. And other miscellaneous improvements and bug fixes were implemented. Behavior/properties of moves will be adjusted for some characters, and there's a lot of those. So let's go ahead and jump in. So first things first, regarding battle balance adjustments for the 1.05 update and direction of future updates. Following the updates of 1.04 released in May, the upcoming version 1.05 scheduled for release on Tuesday, June 11th will implement balance adjustments aimed at addressing the following issues. Characters who are not able to fully exhibit their unique characteristics and strengths unique to Tekken 8. We saw this exemplified in the previous patch, and they're moving forward with that same train of thought or philosophy in this patch. Characters with disproportionately strong moves or high combo damage. I've been hearing that combo damage has been nerfed across the board, and obviously they already mentioned that they're going to want to nerf some of the stage hazards and everything as far as how the scaling works on those things. Situations where one player dominates the attack, making it difficult to utilize defensive techniques effectively. Hopefully we're seeing certain things become more steppable and walkable than they were before. To address issue 1, characters like Kazuya, Paul, and Raven will receive buffs to better showcase their unique characteristics and strengths. Okay, Kazuya, whatever, man. I think Kazuya players are like the biggest down players in the entire game. That might go to Lili, but Kazuya players are pretty huge down players. Paul getting buffs is wild to me, I'm not going to lie, because I think Paul is already a pretty damn good character who really doesn't need a whole lot, if anything. And the thing is, like, Paul's identity is predominantly damage, and if they give him even more damage than what he already has, we're all gonna have a really bad time. I don't want to live in a meta where I'm fighting Paul every other match, because like he's not particularly offensive, and like, but it's he's already a character where it's like I gotta make like 2 good moves and you're dead. You know what I'm saying? Like and and Raven could probably actually use the buffs. Will receive buffs to better showcase their unique characteristics and strengths. Additionally, some characters whose move performance was previously reduced in past updates will also be adjusted to broaden the scope of gameplay. To address issue 2, in addition to adjustments to character moves, there will also be a recalibrating of damage scaling involving heat dash, throws, and stage gimmicks. This will help prevent situations where combo damage becomes excessively high. To address issue 3, the wall stagger effect induced by heat dash will be removed, and the performance of heat bursts and throws will be revised. This will enhance the effectiveness of sidestepping and increase the importance of three-dimensional strategic interactions. Looking forward to seeing those specifically mentioned here later on in the patch. Future adjustment policy. While significant bounce adjustments were made in version 1.04 and version 1.05, similar large-scale adjustments will not be conducted during the remainder of Season 1. So, for better or worse, this patch right here is pretty much going to be how the game is for almost another year. I assume that the next season will start sometime next January, early February, and so this is the version of the game we're gonna have until then. So hopefully it's good, right? Updates from July onward will focus primarily on fixing unintended move behaviors and addressing bugs. Next, move list. Text changes have been made in the move list to explain the new terms strong parry and strong attack reversal, which refer to special commands that can counter attacks and that general parries and attack reversals cannot, such as elbows and knee strikes, because regular parries cannot parry elbows and knees. Characteristics of strong attack reversal and strong parry. They can counter attacks like elbow strikes, knee strikes, headbutts, body charges, airborne attacks, and weapon attacks. They cannot counter throws, unblockable attacks, and maximum hold moves. They are ineffective against moves with reversal break effects, rage arts, heat smash, power crush immediately after successful intercept, and some unique moves. Applicable commands include Alisa's move here, Bryan, Jin, Leroy, Reina, and Yoshimitsu. You can see these notations here for yourself. Reversal break effect. A special animation has been added to the moves that possess the reversal break property when they hit against the following: attack reversals, parries, and power crushes. Since power crush properties of rage arts can block even if reversal break properties, this special animation will not be played. Stage breakables. Fix an issue where in certain situations choosing a specific recovery action did not transition to a down state, causing the character to transition into a recovery action while stage gimmicks could still be activated. Floor breakables. Fix an issue where the following throws would not trigger a floor break in certain situations. See the characters here for yourself: Bryan, Double Jin, Hwoarang, Kazuya, 2 throws, Lili, and Reina with several throws. Destruction type stage gimmicks. This includes wall breaks, hard wall breaks, balcony breaks, floor breaks, and hard floor breaks. The following destruction type stage gimmicks have an effect that reduces the opponent's recoverable gauge when triggered. The amount of this reduction has been changed from 20 to 15. Okay. Stage gimmicks subject to change is all the ones that we previously just listed. So they're nerfing all the gimmicks, it looks like, across the board, whether that's wall breaks, floor breaks, stage transitions, explosions, the wall blast, all of that stuff. It's all being nerfed. So the following explosion type stage gimmicks, which inflict recoverable damage to the opponent regardless of combo damage scaling, when activated, have had their damage adjusted from 10 to 5. So that's wall bounds, wall blasts, and floor blasts. The combo damage scaling for the following stage gimmicks involving walls has been adjusted. Stage gimmicks subject to change: wall breaks, hard wall breaks, balcony breaks, wall bounds, and wall blasts. So the damage scaling after the first use in the same combo has been changed from 90% to 70%. Scaling for the second use has been changed from 80% to 60%, and scaling after the third use in the same combo has been changed from 70% to 50%. So they really meant it when they said that they were trying to nerf damage in this game and in this version, which damage was pretty high. And I didn't feel like it was necessarily too high. Like, obviously some characters, they had some crazy stuff, but I didn't mind like the pace of matches in this game, and like seeing like high damage combos can be cool at times. There's certain combos, certain cases where you're like, okay, maybe that needs to be adjusted. I wasn't really sure. I didn't really have much of an opinion on whether or not it needed to be adjusted on a per character basis, or if you should just nerf the gimmicks across the board. But they're nerfing the gimmicks across the board on top of probably nerfing some characters specifically. And seems fine in theory. Like, I don't have an issue with them doing it. We'll see how it plays out in actual gameplay when the patch goes live tonight/tomorrow. But for the time being, I'm indifferent on that. Rage arts. The amount of recoverable gauge restored when hitting a rage art has been standardized to a uniform amount across all characters. It will now recover 1 on the first hit and 13 after the final hit of the animation. Fix an issue where characters would exhibit unnatural movements when a rage art traded hits on the first hit. Fix an issue where the camera would behave unnaturally when hitting a rage art from the 1P side when choosing the right side for that match. Heat burst. Reduce the tracking ability against opponent sidesteps. This change allows heat bursts to be sidestepped in situations where there is little frame advantage between players. The appropriate direction and time for sidestepping will vary depending on the character's use. Bless. I need to see bless emotes in the chat, because I've been wanting to see this basically since like the first week of the game. Every time I've been talking about changes that I would like to see or bring up patches and everything like that, I have been saying I want to see more counterplay to heat burst, because I feel like you should be able to sidestep or sidewalk that. I just think that the tracking and the hitbox on heat burst was just kind of insane. So I am personally very happy to see this change. Like I said, Tekken's a 3D game. I should be able to use the third dimension a little bit more than you could against some of these mechanics. So I'm very excited to see that change. Removed reversal break attribute. This change allows players to counter heat burst with power crush or parry techniques if they anticipate the attack. Unlike regular power crush, heat burst does not power up when it intercepts an opponent's attack. Wow, really? So they're just, I mean, obviously the arrow's pointing down, but they're just nerfing heat burst, which I think is fine. Also, heat burst strike damage can no longer cause a KO. This change was made because its ability to suppress opponent actions was too high when the opponent's health was low. Yeah, so because this basically was like a mini rage art where you could just use this as like kind of like a gotcha almost, where it's just like, you know what I'm saying? If your opponent's health was low enough, like heat burst could just kill, and it was kind of like, I don't want to say free, but it definitely changed how your opponent interacted with you and their decisions, you know, assuming that they're taking that into account and they're an intelligent or thoughtful player. It was kind of broke. Maybe I shouldn't say broken, but it was very strong. It was very strong, and they're making it so now even if you have 1 HP, heat burst can no longer kill you. You have to die to an actual poke or move, rage art, or something else. Reduce the distance to the opponent on hit. Change the opponent's behavior on block, reducing the distance to the opponent. Again, this is something else that I mentioned, I acknowledge, and I'm glad to see. The pushback on heat burst was too much. It was too much. Now, again, this is going to allow for easier counterplay. Because another thing too is like lows and throws, whatever, beat heat burst, but it's like I could make the hard read that my opponent was going to heat burst, and there was nothing I could really do about it unless their back was to the wall, because you'd either be too far away or things you would do would be too slow, whatever. Is like now that you should be able to actually do like lows, throws reliably, and then also sidewalk or sidestep. So I'm again very happy to see that. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'll always be doing it when I should, but it is at least now a viable option. These adjustments were made to facilitate more aggressive interactions, considering that in versions prior to 1.04, players had fewer options to counter opponents aiming to turn the tables with Power Crush or Heat Burst. Very happy to see this. Anyway, Heat Dash. Collision detection for the opponent and the wall has been adjusted, alleviating the issue where the positional relationship would become strange when activated near the wall. When an attack hits and Heat Dash is performed with a wall on the opponent's right side, there were cases where it became difficult to do follow-up attacks. This issue has been alleviated. So this is more of like a fix than like a buff or a nerf. Then we have changed the opponent's behavior on block when Heat Dash is activated, removing the effect that induces wall stagger. So I'm assuming this is going to nerf the mix-up that you would get on something like that. This adjustment was made considering that it was a significant factor in facilitating unilateral attacks. Added in effect where activating Heat Dash recovers 6 of the recoverable gauge on the attack hit and 3 on block. This allows for a more advantageous situation when activated with a substantial amount of recoverable gauge remaining. Okay, I'm indifferent on that personally. Common knockdown behaviors induced by Heat Dash allow only for follow-up attacks on a downed opponent. Some Heat Engagers only allow for follow-up attacks on a downed opponent when hit on the ground and followed by a Heat Dash. The following changes have been made to the knockdown behavior that occurs in these situations. Made it possible to perform a side ukemi. As a result, some follow-up attacks with slower startup may no longer connect. So there's just again another nerf to this. Additional damage scaling has been applied on top of the original damage scaling. For certain moves where allowing a side ukemi would prevent follow-up attacks, the opponent's behavior on hit has been adjusted to ensure follow-up attacks still connect. Moves to which opponent's behavior on hit has been changed due to reason 3 is Devil Jin, back 3, Hwoarang down forward 3+4, Kuma and Panda's back 1, Lars 111, Leo Fobu 1+2, Reina down forward 1-2, and Zafina's down forward 4-1. Heat Engagers. In certain situations, the direction of the character's movement during the heat activation animation would become opposite to the intended direction. This issue has been fixed, so bug fix. Then we have big changes to throws. Okay, talk to me. Version 1.05, to reassess the role of various throws, the following changes have been made. Normal throws are now treated as homing attacks. The tracking performance remains unchanged from version 1.04. Damn it. Damn it. Okay. The tracking performance of command throws has been reduced. I feel like I almost feel like that should be the other way around. I don't know. This change introduces the possibility of sidestepping to avoid command throws. The following command throws are exceptions that will be treated as homing attacks, making them track sidesteps. And I see a lot of King's throws are still here, so this shouldn't really nerf him too much, I would assume. So Dragunov, a couple of his throws, Hwoarang's bag 2+4, and then yeah, several of King's throws, Paul, Reina, her Sentai, and Heaven's Wrath throws, and Steve as well. Steve during heat and ducking in his okay, so I mean, I honestly just want to see homing or like tracking on throws just be nerfed for everyone, for every throw. Personally, I don't really like too much that throws track. That's just me. It is what it is. This is how they want the game to be. I will simply adjust and deal with it. It is what it is. That being said, like as Hwoarang, I don't have really good tracking, so like I should be wanting to see, because like it helps out a character like mine, you know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't really have good tracking, so throws being homing is like helpful for me, but I'm not really a fan of it, but it is what it is. This adjustment aims to increase the effectiveness of sidestepping against command throws, which deal significant damage and are difficult to escape, while leaving normal throws as a countermeasure against sidestepping and for setting up counters. The usefulness of command throws has been reduced, but in situations where you can move significantly ahead of your opponent, they become harder to sidestep. Therefore, it is crucial to use them strategically based on the situation. And I guess that's just their design philosophy with this, is that, hey, not every character has a tracking move or a good homing move, but now everybody does with a generic throw, which obviously throws are only but so powerful, because while counter hit throw is a thing, and there's certain situations where you have like a guaranteed or like unbreakable throw, like obviously throws more often than not can be broken. So throws that trigger stage gimmicks. Damage scaling of 80% has been added to throws that can follow up from stage gimmicks and a wall splat. This change was made considering that combo damage could become too high in certain situations. So was it just completely unscaled before, or was it like 90% or something? I'm gonna assume that it was before it was unscaled, because before, when it was a different percentage, like when we went from 90 to 70 or whatever it was up here, yeah, for like you know, wall breaks and stuff, they said that. So I guess it was just completely unscaled, which it felt like it was, but I didn't know for sure that it was. Then wall stagger. Regarding the wall stagger that is triggered when certain attacks hit or are blocked near a wall, the following changes have been made. To stabilize the timing of the occurrence and the frame advantages when it occurs, the window of the wall stagger and the collision detection between the character and the wall have been adjusted. The animation, sound effects, and voice during wall stagger have been adjusted to make it clear when wall stagger occurs. It says this is a nerf, but I guess just because there's now a queue for it, it's just easier to discern. Jump related, this is interesting. In Tekken 8, the removal of the reversal of reversals mechanic from previous games has led to an increase in moves that cannot be countered by attack reversals or parries, including low parries. In addition to the elbow strikes, knee strikes, headbutts, body charges, weapon attacks, and running moves that cannot be countered in previous games, Tekken 8 has added airborne attacks, unblockable attacks, and fully charged hold moves to the list of moves that cannot be countered by parries. Based on this, we have corrected moves that, despite being airborne attacks, could still be countered by attack reversals or parries. And so you have several moves listed here. I want to see Hwoarang here specifically. We have 1, 2 into 4, 2, 4, 4, down 4, 3+4, the third hit, and just frame. Oh no, that's not just frame. That's crouch dash 3. Okay, so those moves can no longer be parried. You see the list of effective moves here for yourself. There's an asterisk here. Common moves not listed in the move list may still be countered by parries even if they are airborne attacks. Okay. SE voices, effects, etc. Made some adjustments and changes to the move cinematics and then move list. Certain text icons and other elements in the move list have been modified. Added a note in the move list for techniques with reversal break effects. Reversal break effect, this property nullifies the opponent's power crush and parry techniques, includes rage arts, unblockable moves, heat smash, power crush, when intercepting an attack, and some character-specific unique moves. Alright, that's the end of the first page. Moving on to the next page. And now we get into the actual characters. So, first things first. Alisa. Take a quick little look here. I'm seeing some down arrows. Oh, the Alisa changes are few. Okay, well. I'm gonna lie, not seeing enough nerfs here off it, but let's take a look. Bounce direction for Alisa. Also, can I just add, I really like that they do this bounce direction thing here and just kind of give you some context and the idea behind the change that they made and why they did it and what their vision for the character is. I find this really helpful and just insightful. Take a drink of water. In version 1.05, Alisa has undergone only fixes for unstable areas and changes related to the overall suppression of the performance of high power crushes throughout the game. The overall suppression? Wait. The overall suppression of the performance of high power crushes throughout the game. I'm looking at you, Victor. I'm looking at you, Asuka. I'm looking at you, Azucena. Your days are numbered. The hitbox has been expanded. Okay, so for down forward 1+2, the hitbox has been expanded upward, alleviating instances where the attack would miss in certain situations. The hitbox around the main body has been expanded to alleviate issues of whiffing at close range, so it's just kind of like a fix for her. Forward 2-1, reduce the distance to the opponent on block. The attack animation has been adjusted and the attack duration has been reduced by 1 frame, changing the attack starter from 24 to 25 frames to just 24 frames. This adjustment aims to stabilize the timing of the attack hitting, thereby alleviating situations where the opponent cannot perform a punish. And then up back to, as part of the overall suppression of high power crush performance in the game, the following changes have been made. Reduce the recovery time inflicted on the opponent by 1 frame when the move is blocked, resulting in a change from a frame advantage of -8 to -9. So it's still safe, so like who cares? The attack duration has been reduced by 4 frames, okay, sure. The timing during which jump status is active has been changed from 20 frames to 37 frames to 20 to 30, so a much smaller window. Change the damage from 26 to 23, and change 1 does not apply if the opponent's attack is successfully intercepted. I mean, I thought we were gonna at least see that be like -10 or something. That's what I was expecting. I thought maybe like these high power crushes and stuff, especially like the heat engagers and everything like that, were gonna be like unsafe or see a bigger nerf than this. I don't think that's really significant for Alisa, like I don't, in my opinion, but I want to know if it's going to be this small of a nerf to the other ones. I'm really curious to see like Victor's in particular, like Victor and Azucena, Asuka as well. I guess like those are the 3 characters that came to mind immediately because I just feel like those are the 3 characters who like use that the most. Balance direction for Asuka. Asuka has been adjusted over 2 updates, version 1.04 and the current 1.05, to further differentiate her from Jun, who uses the same Kazama style techniques, and to enhance Asuka's unique strengths. In version 1.04, the focus was on enhancing major moves that can turn the tide of battles, such as Naniwa Gusto and Destabilizer. This time, the adjustments make it easier to incorporate mix-ups from moves like 1 and forward 4-2, which are easier to land on the opponent. Additionally, one of Asuka's signature moves, 4-2, has been changed so that when it hits, it can lead to an aerial combo while also obtaining Naniwa Gusto. This allows for significant reward when successfully whiff punishing the opponent. Also, real quick, hold on, let me open up my notepad. I want to take some notes as I'm going through these in the event that I do want to do a condensed version. Quickly, before we get too much further into this, and I probably should have done this from the start, but better late than never. So, standout changes so far. Actually, give me one moment here. Let me look back through this. What were some of the standouts? So right, gimmicks were all nerfed. Rage Arts, Heat Burst, huge nerf. Okay, yeah, those are the most important standouts to me. Okay, back to where we were. I would say Alisa is basically the same, to be honest. Now we get to Asuka. Okay, as we were. So Asuka's Rage Art. The hitbox has been expanded upward, alleviating instances where the attack would miss in certain situations. 1-1-3, forward 1-3, and back 1-2-3. The final kick attack can now be delayed. Okay, just kind of helping her mix up her timing and just kind of catch her opponents off guard and whatnot. 4-3 hold. Adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to make it easier to hit. You have 4-2 during hit 1 and back 3-2 during hit 1. Previously, the move performance was adjusted with the assumption that the 4-2 command would be used as a combo starter and the 4-2 during hit 1 command would be used to gain Naniwa Gusto as a combo finisher. However, to add more tactical variety by allowing aerial combos while gaining Naniwa Gusto, the following adjustments have been made. The behavior of the opponent on hit has been changed only when 4-2-1 is input without having Naniwa Gusto. This change allows the acquisition animation for Naniwa Gusto to occur while still enabling aerial combos. The input window for 1 has been changed to end just before 4-2 hits. Same adjustments have been applied to back 3-2 as well. So Asuka getting some more buffs. I don't know how substantial these will be. I'm very curious to hear Fergus's opinion because I thought she got some pretty decent changes in the last patch, but I didn't really hear too much about Asuka. And I wondered how many June players would just end up picking up Asuka because June got nerfed pretty heavily. But also June is supposed to be getting a lot of buffs in this patch as well. So the June players are probably either going to go back to her or, you know, we'll see depending on what those changes are looking like. Forward 4-2, recovery time reduced by 4 frames, resulting in changes from the frame advantage of -9 to -12 on block and from -3 to +1 on hits. So -9 to -12, like that's very clearly a nerf, right? Like now it's unsafe on block, but I just was a little confused because there was no down arrow here to show that it was like buff and nerfed. Because like now it's +1 on hit, but it's now punishable on block. So I was just a little confused or surprised as why there was no down, like, because you know for some of these they do like an up and a down arrow, but whatever, not that big a deal. Running 1+2, Tornado is now triggered upon airborne hit, and the issue where this move cannot be performed immediately after the activation of Heat or Heat Dash has been fixed. And then you have While Rising 2, 1+2. The damage has been changed from 4 to 8. Sure. Azucena. Bounce direction for Azucena. Continuing from the adjustments in version 1.04, Azucena has been further refined to enhance her playstyle, emphasizing her unique character traits, particularly focusing on moves related to facing backward state and Libertador. The variety of offensive options has been expanded by enabling transitions into the facing backward state from a fast mid attack with down forward 1 4 back, or into Libertador from a low attack with down 3 1 forward. Additionally, since her aerial combos lack some appeal and stability, moves that serve as combo connectors such as down 1-3 and back facing opponent 3 have been strengthened. So I was of the opinion that after the last patch, Azucena was still a good character and she's still cool, but like her fundamental stuff that was just way overtuned was nerfed, and now she's just not as easy to just pick up and abuse as she was before. I saw some people acting as if the character was dead. I didn't think she was dead. I think you just actually had to use your brain and utilize more of a toolkit, which a lot of people hadn't actually learned how to use yet because they were just doing running 3-2 and down forward 1-4. Now with that stuff being nerfed, you actually have to learn how to play Azucena. That's my opinion, and that's as somebody who also played her a decent amount myself, you know. And now they're giving her even more transitions to like her back turn stance, the Libertador stance, which I think will also make her more interesting, just aesthetically, from a fun standpoint, to spectate the character and everything, and hopefully when you're playing her as well. 1-1 has been buffed, or rather, hold on, the Rage has been expanded upward, whatever. That's probably going to be a change that we see for several characters, if not all of them. 1-1 picks an issue where the move will transition into Libertador even when hitting an airborne opponent, and the second hit can now be delayed, which is pretty good, and the behavior of the opponent on counter hit with second hit has been altered to allow for follow-up attacks. I wonder what they mean by follow-up attacks. The behavior of the opponent on counter hit with second hit has been altered to allow for follow-up attacks. So she's gonna get some sort of guaranteed like heat engager, because I feel like that's what a lot of characters get. Because for example, there are several characters that like when you get hit by a certain move, they have enough frame advantage there to follow up with a heat engager. So for Hwoarang, for example, right, if I get you with like a counter hit back 4, then I can get like a guaranteed down forward 3+4, which is a heat engager. And there are multiple characters with situations like that, and I'm wondering if that's what that is for her now. Then you have 4-1, change the damage from 11 to 14, so slight damage buff for her. 1+2, change the damage from 20 to 17 and adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to reduce the occurrence of whiffing for certain moves. Yo, go Lancer, thank you for the 12 months, man. And then here we go, her Power Crush. Okay, as part of the overall suppression of high-level Power Crush performance in the game, the following changes have been made. Reduce the distance to the opponent on block. Okay, so isn't back as far when this is blocked, but it's looking like it's still safe. So reduce the recovery time inflicted on the opponent by 1 frame when the move is blocked, resulting in a change from a frame advantage of -8 to -9 on block. So they're not like gutting these high power crushes, right? They are nerfed. The tracking ability against side steps has been reduced. Good. I feel like moves like that should be way more linear. This is me. Hopefully we see the same for Victor. The attack hitbox. Oh, I just noticed they didn't not that Asuka's was particularly egregious, but I just noticed they didn't nerf hers, did they? No, they didn't. Whatever. The attack hitbox in the horizontal direction has been reduced. Changes 1 and 2 did not apply if the opponent's attack is successfully intercepted. So, I mean, it's a Power Crush, so like, you know. Yeah, I mean, that it's a nerf for sure. It's not quite what I was expecting when I saw them say that they were nerfing these high Power Crushes, but whatever. Hey, Romanova. New commands and new moves. Okay, so while standing forward 3+4 and while standing back 3+4, transitioning into Libertador and hopping turn is now possible from crouching state, and she also has a new move. So down forward 1-4 back, which is transitioning into a facing backward state from the second hit of Grande combo. So down forward 1-4-1 is now possible. Dope. Asucena actually got a bunch of buffs. She got a lot of changes. I did not expect her to have this many changes, and a lot of these arrows are pointed upward. So Asucena players rejoice. The rest of you, watch out. So down 3-2 forward, or I'm sorry, down 4-1. I can't read. Well, granted, it's notation, but regardless. Oh, hold on, I skipped right over this. So down 2-3, the following changes have been made to enhance stability, particularly when using them in aerial combos. Adjusted the startup frames of the first attack from 18 to 19 frames to 17 to 18, and expanded the hitbox of the first attack upward and downward. The collision detection with the opponent of the first attack has been adjusted. Hitbox of the second attack has been expanded upward. Then you have down 4-1 forward. Second hit of a roast knuckle combo can now be cancelled to transition into Libertador. Back 3+4, recovery time reduced by 3 frames. Forward 3+4, the opponent's behavior on hit has been changed, making it possible to perform a follow-up attack on a downed opponent, so she gets a guaranteed follow-up there. Up forward, the attack hitbox has been reduced to mitigate the unintended occurrence of hitting opponents who are behind you. Sure. They say it's a nerf. That feels more like a fix. I guess it should have just never been like that in the first place. Back facing opponent 1-2 now deals chip damage on block. Okay. Back turn 3, change the opponent's behavior on aerial hit to strong aerial tailspin to increase the variety of aerial combos. Oh. Libertador has an issue fixed where evasive actions against low attacks would occur even when the opponent was behind you. Libertador 2, the opponent's behavior on hit has been altered to induce wall stun and change the damage from 11 to 14. Damn, okay. Libertador 3-1, the attack hitbox has been expanded upward, alleviating instances where the attack would miss in certain situations, and the opponent's behavior on normal hit has been changed to match that on counter hit. I have to check this. What does this move do on counter hit? I don't remember this move off the top of my head if I'm being honest. So it was Libertador 3-1. Right, that move. And what does this move do on counter hit? Oh, okay, it's +7 and leaves you crouching. Hey, no. Hey, what's the difference? Am I drunk? Oh, it leaves you back turn. Okay, wait, no, it doesn't on... What's the difference? Am I tripping? Most behavior on normal hit has now been changed to match that on counter hit. You and Uni ever go out to locals? We had a hang out again, all of us. I wish. I don't have any locals out here. I've searched. There are none. What's the song name? Here, I got you. Yeah, I'm definitely down to hang out again sometime soon. We gotta link up at one of these events or something. Granted, I haven't really gone to any events this year. Anyway, here's the link to the song. Be the second hit only. Yeah, that's how you got a lot of range. Oh, okay, I see. So this is now going to knock down on regular hit. Okay, it's weird though, because on counter hit, it's only if the second hit connects. If the first hit connects, it's the same as it is on regular hit. But if it's just the second hit, wait, no, that didn't happen that time. What? Okay, maybe it's a range thing. I feel like on counter hit, that should just happen regardless. But maybe in the new patch it will. Actually, hold on, let me see. What am I looking for? Put on counter hit. Ah, so this is now to a combo on counter hit, and also if that second hit connects after the first hit whiffs, the knockdown. But now this will be a natural hit combo on regular hit, which is kind of nuts because that's chunky. It's a 16 frame low. Gives you a guaranteed 38 damage. How negative is this actually on block? Oops. It's only -10 as well. This is only -9. Can you like hit confirm this? You can delay that quite a bit, it feels like. You can delay that a lot. You can delay that a lot. Okay, so interesting. I feel like I want to turn my lights down because this is so bright already. It's making my face like, you know what I'm saying? That's a little better, I guess. Okay, where were we? Yeah, so here. Then Libertador 412. The recovery time on the first hit has been decreased by 3 frames, and the recovery time on the second hit has been decreased by 1 frame. Libertador back. The timing for executing attacks during Libertador has been sped up by 13 frames. Okay. And the timing for movement during Libertador remains unchanged. And then Libertador back 1. Previously executable with back. Neutral 1, it has now been changed to be executable only during the back input. And there you have it. And those are Azucena's changes. Bryan. In version 1.05, Bryan has undergone changes primarily focused on improving unstable areas. Additionally, considering the reduced opportunities to initiate taunt unilaterally due to the removal of the wall stagger effect from heat dash, the damage scaling for taunt has been removed. Damn English, I don't know why I stumbled so much there. Rage art, yeah, whatever. During heat, the heat smash, the damage of the first hit when performed as a subsequent attack from taunt has been changed from 10 to 24. Okay. The hitbox of the first hit has been added along the midline, mitigating the issue of whiffing in certain situations. 121. The opponent's behavior on counter hit has been changed to improve the stability of aerial combos. It's more of a quality of life change, I'd say. Damage scaling has been removed from taunt. This change takes into account the reduced opportunities to use this move in situations where it is difficult to evade due to heat dash no longer being able to induce wall stagger. Forward 1+2. As part of the overall suppression of high power crushes. Yeah. Okay, the numbers here are a little different. So change the opponent's behavior on block, reducing the distance, sure. It's now from -6 to -9, which is still safe. The hitbox has been expanded upward, and yeah, okay. Down 4 and forward 4. The hitbox has been expanded, alleviating instances where the attack would miss in certain situations. Up 4 3+4 and quarter circle 1-4, or I'm sorry 2-4. The hitbox has been added along the midline, mitigating the issue of whiffing in certain situations. Okay, so same thing. And quarter circle back 4. The attack hitbox has been expanded only for downed opponents, ensuring it hits opponents in face down position. These are kind of changes. I mean, the taunt one is cool, I guess, for Bryan. And like, you know, it's just these don't seem like a big deal. He seems mostly the same. Like some of these don't even seem like real buffs. Like this obviously makes the character better, but like this isn't a real buff. This is just how it should have been, you know what I mean? Yeah, so Bryan mains, and yeah, didn't really get too much here. IMO. Claudio. In version 1.05, Claudio has undergone adjustments to improve unstable areas and to expand the variety of aerial combos. The behavior of the third hit of 212 has been changed when it hits an airborne opponent, allowing for further follow-ups if Starburst is active. So it gets the Rage Art change, whatever. 212, change the opponent's behavior on aerial hit to strong aerial tailspin to increase the variety of aerial combos. The recovery time has been decreased by 2 frames and reduced the recovery time inflicted on the opponent by 2 frames when the move is blocked. Is 212 the move I think it is? I've never played Claudio before, so some of these notations I'm not going to know what that move is off the top. Okay, that's not what I thought it was, but now I see. So this is now a tornado move. recovery time has been decreased by 2 frames and reduced recovery time inflicted on the opponent by 2 frames in the move is blocked. See. Okay. Down forward 1-2. The tracking capability of the second hit has been enhanced when landing the first hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. Not a real buff, that's a bug fix, or like a quality of life fix. Forward 4. The distance from the opponent on counter hit has been reduced. This change is intended to mitigate the rare occurrence of forward 2-2, the intended follow-up whiffing on counter hit with forward 4. Then up forward 4 adjusted the collision detection between the wall and the character to alleviate an issue where combos lack stability when used near the wall. In crouching state, expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. I haven't noticed any like weird situations where like attacks that shouldn't are whiffing on him while he's crouching, but apparently somebody did and they fixed it. Again, very whatever changes for the most part. Like, yeah, he's buffed technically, but it's still mostly the same, I would say. But I think Claudio's already in a really good state, as evidenced by Mulgold obviously winning ATL Super Tournament. That just happened this past weekend. If you guys missed that event, I streamed it live on my Twitch channel, and it was on, the Tekken channel and everything as well. Really cool event. Tekken 8 tournaments so far have been super stacked and really, really fun to watch. Mild buff for Claudio though. Most noteworthy one seems to be the change to 2-1-2, but that's really it. Then we have Devil Jin, who I've heard very mixed things about. At first, the consensus was Devil Jin was really good. Then, a couple patches happened. Now Devil Jin's kind of mid. I think Devil Jin now is just like, but it's being downplayed really hard. But we'll see. I'm seeing some down arrows here still, or maybe just one, a couple. Let's take a look. In version 1.05, Devil Jin has undergone changes primarily focused on stabilizing behavior. The move forward 4-2, his Demon Paw, is a mid-heat engager with excellent speed and range, but with low risk on block. It was overshadowing the use of other mid attacks. Therefore, the distance to the opponent on block has been reduced. So less pushback. But like, it's still safe, I assume, right? So it gets the Rage Art change, Heat Smash. The distance from the opponent was reduced when the first hit is blocked in order to alleviate whiffing midway through. Collision detection and attack hitbox has been adjusted to mitigate the issue of whiffing when using the follow-up tag near the wall. Not a real change. 4-3, the collision detection, same thing. 1+2, the tracking ability of the second hit has been enhanced on hit or block of the first hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing. So these are just like, again, quality of life changes, not real buffs. Forward 4-2, reduce the distance to the opponent on block. That is a nerf, but like, I mean, will it actually matter? Because I guess just in terms of like being able to take your turn back, but it's like the move is still safe. So I'm assuming that they're gonna give the same change to like regular Jin and probably Reina as well, and Kazuya. I would assume just all the Demon Paws are getting nerfed. I would imagine they're probably all gonna get the same change. I would assume. Like as it stands, the move is -8, and they're not nerfing the frame data or anything like that. And the pushback is like, yeah, I guess. So you'll just probably just end up here when it gets blocked, which makes it a lot easier to take your turn back, I suppose. You want to go ahead and make those -9 like them high power crashes though? It's whatever. Back 1-2, the tracking capability of the second hit has been enhanced when landing the first hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. And then Morning Crow 2, exclusively for opponents performing side ukemi, reduce the tracking ability when using it. I don't imagine Devil Jin players are very happy with this. Yeah, nothing crazy here. I mean, like, again, most of these buffs are just like, it should have just been that way. Yeah, sorry, Devil Jin. Dragunov, I see too many up arrows because Dragunov is still really good. In version 1.05, Dragunov has undergone changes primarily focused on stabilizing behavior. Considering the strength of pressure involving subsequent moves, the move back 4 has had its recovery increase when stopped at a single hit. Okay. The hitbox of his heat smash of the fittest hit has been expanded downwards, alleviating instances of whipping for certain moves. The tracking ability of the second hit has been adjusted to prevent it from tracking opponents who sidestep the first hit. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That is a very welcome change. That is a very welcome change. Dragunov 4, due to the impact of the version 1.04 adjustments, the second hit of 4-4 became prone to whiffing and aerial combos. The behavior during aerial combos has been corrected to match the state version 1.03.02. So yeah, they actually, I wouldn't say reverted it necessarily, but fixed it. Down forward 4 and running 2, the hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain moves. Down 2, the attack hitbox has been expanded to mitigate the issue of whiffing against certain moves when in close contact with the opponent. Back 4, recovery time increased by 3 frames, resulting in changes from the frame advantage on of -4 to -7 on block, and from +7 to +4 on hit. I think that's good. Then quarter circle forward 3, the hitbox has been expanded, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain moves. Okay, so again, another character with like not super significant changes outside of the heat smash, I would say. Like the heat smash is definitely noteworthy for me, and then the nerf to back 4 as well. But everything else is kind of whatever. I mean, I guess this is like, you know, if this was fucking up your combos, then cool. But again, just fixing something that shouldn't have been that way in the first place. All right, next. Eddy. Eddy is a character who excels at opening up opponents' guard with a series of mid and low attacks. Yeah, something like that. Utilizing a rich array of kick techniques and special stances. However, some of his moves had low risk. Yeah. Causing an imbalance between risk and reward that was not intended. Therefore, adjustments have been made. The moves back 3-3 and while rising 1-3 serve as deterrents against opponents trying to interrupt Eddy's flow with attacks. However, because the risk when these moves were blocked was too low compared to their high reward on hit, recovery time has been increased, so now they're probably unsafe, I would assume. Additionally, one of Eddy's main moves, forward 4-3, possessed strong properties in various aspects, overshadowing the use of other low attacks. As a result, the risk when this move is blocked has been increased. They just completely nerfed me. Not that I've been playing Eddy very much, but like forward 4-3, that's all I use, because it's all you needed. Because yeah, the move was dumb. Like my entire game plan was like, I'm gonna just forward 4-3, now I'm gonna make you guess. Like I got the Fujin just doing that. Like it's dumb. Conversely, the move down forward 4 has had its recovery time reduced to provide a safer option in situations where lower risk is desired. It gets the same rage rate change. Special style, the issue where buffer commands were not registering because after performing back 1 while using special styles has been fixed. Didn't know that was a thing. The attack hitbox has been expanded downward primarily to increase the variety of aerial combos. For his heat burst, I assume that's what it is. Quarter circle forward 4 expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. Same thing goes for Negativa 2-4 as well as 2-4 down. Down forward 4. The following adjustment has been made to reduce the risk. Recovery time has been decreased by 1 frame, so it goes from -13 to -12, and decrease the recovery time inflicted on the opponent on hit by 1 frame. Back to 4, alleviated an issue where the positional relationship with the opponent becomes different than intended when used near the wall. Tracking capability of the second hit has been enhanced when landing the first hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. Benanera 2-3. What was that again? It's been a while since I played it. That's handstand stance, but like which? That's the okay. The tracking ability of the second has been enhanced when landing the first hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. Back 3-3, so that's his launcher, right? The counter hit launcher, the 13 frames, whatever. And while rising 2-3, which is the other launcher, increase the recovery time by 1 frame only when the move is blocked, resulting in a change from a frame range of -14 to -15 on block. Ho, 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 ho. So these are now officially launch punishable. For those of you guys that want to wear, that would be these two moves right here. So back 3-3, this move here, as well as the while rising 2-3. These moves are now launch punishable. So basically, if you see Eddy do that kick where he falls to his back and you blocked it, it's time to launch. So for a lot of characters, it's going to be down forward 2 or up forward 4 where you get a hop kick. Nice. Back 3+4 as part of the overall suppression of high power crush. Yeah, the fucking kick that the Eddy players love to start every round with. It's me, I'm Eddy. So let's see. It goes from -7 to -9. Tracking ability against sidesteps has been reduced, which that move honestly was already pretty easy to sidestep. I don't know if it's necessarily just the move itself or like Eddy players that I fight were just extremely predictable about when they wanted to use it. But I feel like out of all the characters, like when you compare this to Azucena, Victor, whatever, I sidestep Eddy easier than I sidestep those characters already. I don't know if that's because his is more linear or if they're just that obvious about it, but yeah. Tracking ability was reduced, changed the damage from 28 to 25. So okay. Forward 3. Increased recovery time by 1 frame. Okay, so it's not, well, I mean, 13 to 14 does matter for sure, but I thought they were gonna make it even worse. While rising 2, collision detection with the opponent has been adjusted to mitigate the issue of whiffing when used as a punishment after crouching to evade the opponent's high attack. The hitbox has been expanded downwards, alleviating its instances where the attack would miss in certain situations, and the collision detection with the wall has been adjusted to mitigate the issue of whiffing when attacking near the wall. And then negative of 4-3. So that would be right. That's the part of the mix-up. The collision detection for this attack has been expanded downwards to make it harder to jump over the opponent. Jump over the opponent? I don't know if I've ever seen that happen, but whatever. Next, we have Feng Wei, who, I'm not gonna lie, got away with a slap on the wrist in the last patch. I think many players considered Feng to be a top 5, really maybe top 2 character, and he's still pretty good. That being said, there definitely is an argument to be made where it's like Feng is considered very, very strong, but we've yet to see Feng really put in a whole lot of work outside of Joka. I mean, Kokuma has obviously played well. He's played some Feng, Ni as well. I think Joka is the only one who's won anything though with Feng. That being said, we've actually seen a variety of different characters winning. Like Chikuden won Evo Japan with Lili. We just saw Mulgold win the ATL Super Tournament using Claudio. Obviously AK won Carbon Breaker using Shaheen. Joka won I forget the event that Joka won, but he won that using Feng. So we've seen a variety of characters. We haven't seen too many repeats, to be honest, of like some of these bigger events. There's actually been different players and different characters winning. So I think that's a good thing. I think that's a good sign of the balance of the game for the most part. But it's also just so early. You know, people are still learning and everything hasn't been figured out. So, you know, that being said, I thought Feng Wei was still really good. Dragunov is also still really good. And I didn't think the changes that he got were very significant last patch, but let's see how this goes. In version 1.05, in addition to stabilizing movement, adjustments were made to some of Feng's techniques, such as 3-3 and up 4-2, which contributed to low risk and passive strategies. Conversely, the unique counter move Shifting Clouds, 4-3+4, has been strengthened with an option 2. Additionally, the somewhat hard to use move Quarter Circle 1+2, or Quarter Circle forward 1+2, has been adjusted so that on counter hit, it leads to a heat engager that hits consecutively, thereby increasing opportunities for heat activation. Interesting. So his Heat Smash, the tracking ability of the second hit has been enhanced on hit or block of the first hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing. 3-3 has been nerfed from 18 to 10 damage, okay? Noteworthy. As part of the overall suppression of high power crush performance, tracking ability against sidesteps has been reduced, attack hitbox in horizontal direction has been reduced, and change the opponent's behavior on block, reducing the distance to the opponent. This is 4-1+2, okay. Back 2-3. Change the damage of the first attack from 15 to 13. Change the damage of the second attack from 10 to 6. Back 3 has an expanded hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks will whiff. While rising 1-1, the collision detection with the opponent has been adjusted to mitigate the issue of some opponent's punishments whiffing after this move is blocked. That's not a real nerf. Up 4-2, reduce the distance to the opponent on block. They actually nerfed Feng this time. A little bit. A little bit. Just a little bit. Quarter circle forward 1+2. The opponent's behavior on counter has been changed to allow for ground follow-up attacks and change the numbers from 21 to 25. So he's gonna get a guaranteed follow-up now after that move. I don't think Feng players ever really use this move. Hope we June players got a slight buff. I'm sure you guys did. Oh, no, I'm tripping. Wait, isn't this? I thought this was something else. This is just the headbutt. Why did I think? Never mind. So hold on. Wait. The somewhat hard to use move quarter circle 1+2 has been adjusted so that on counter hit it leads to a heat engager that hits consecutively. Or is that this move? So that on counter hit it leads to a heat engager that hits consecutively, thereby increasing opportunities for heat activation. Can I do a quarter circle? The somewhat hard to use move. The what? In what world is this somewhat hard to use? Yes, this 16 frame 0 on block mid was so hard to use that it needs to be a heat engager now on counter hit, I guess. And it also does 25 damage now instead of 21. Oh, by the way, did we mention it was +7 on hit? +16 on counter hit, mind you. I'm sorry, not +16, +23. Somewhat hard to use. I'm not gonna lie, that's somewhat hard to understand. Back turn 2, the opponent's behavior when using heat dash on hits has been changed. Aerial combos are no longer possible and only follow-up attacks on a downed opponent are allowed. Okay. But it also got a damage buff from 23 to 27, which I think the Feng players would rather have the combo instead of that extra 4 damage, but welcome. Back turn 1+4 or 2+3. Fix an issue where Feng's state was incorrectly judged as downed after a throw escape. And in the parry, regarding the additional attack that occurs when intercepting the opponent's attack twice, the following changes have been made. Alleviated an issue where the positional relationship with the opponent becomes different than intended when used near the wall. Adjusted the collision detection with the opponent to reduce the occurrence of whiffing for certain moves. And then shifting clouds 2. Change the damage from 15 to 18. The behavior of the opponent on hit has been modified and the frame advantage has been changed from... Surely I'm reading that wrong. The advantage has been changed from +6 to +25? Yo, what's good with them and these huge changes to frame advantage and being like, yeah, let's make Zafina fucking +50 million and let's make Feng +40,006 and +25 is kind of nuts. That's a Huge jump. What the hell? Here's the thing. This move on regular hit, right? It's +6. On counter hit, it was already +25 and gave you this little, you know, this little knockdown or whatever. But now it's gonna do this on regular hit. Which is funny. Yeah, man. Then it'll also do 18 damage. So Feng will continue to be in my nightmares. I mean, he definitely got nerfed in this patch, but you did get a couple of chains where it's like, oh, okay. But I would say overall he's nerfed. I would definitely say overall he's nerfed. Just seeing things like counter hit properties becoming normal hit properties, or just seeing like large jumps and frame advantage is just always kind of crazy to me. To be honest though, I don't run into Feng that much. Now when I do, it always feels really oppressive. Like I don't run into Feng that much online. Anyway, my boy, the GOAT, Hwoarang. Talk to me. To be fair, I have no real expectations for Hwo ever really getting any significant buffs, because like this is like one of the most hated characters in the entire game, and he's not even good. So if he was good, like I would never hear the end of it, because I already don't hear the end of it. He's not even top 15. Might not even be top 20. Hwoarang is a character known for his powerful rush attacks, utilizing a variety of kicks, combining high and mid attacks in his relentless offensive sequences. However, supplementary elements such as power crushes and low attacks have become particularly challenging for many players to counter. Yeah, for other characters, not Hwoarang. Hwoarang's power crushes are not special. Like, I don't want to hear about Hwo's power crush. Like, first of all, Backlash has already been substantially nerfed from Tekken 7 to Tekken 8. And then like down forward 3-4 is like, it's okay. It's nothing to write home about. Like, mind you, Hwoarang is a character that, since he is such an oppressive monster on offense when he gets going, and if your opponent just freezes up, he doesn't have good tools to fight back, because that's his identity. He's rush down, but he can't fight back if you rush him down. So he has like bad tracking if you're like trying to step him and stuff. And then he also doesn't really have like good get off me tools or like good panic moves. So if they nerfed his power crush, I'm gonna be like mad confused. Nevertheless, considering the overall game balance, Hwoarang's character performance is not excessively high. So you should be seeing buffs. Thus, compensatory buffs have also been implemented. For instance, the down 3-4 and so-called low-high sequences have been adjusted so that they can be reliably punished if the first hit is blocked. To balance the increased risk, their damage has been increased. You can already reliably punish that if you block it though. Like if you crouch against down 3-4, I die for that already. I'm already getting launched. I don't know what you mean by that. Additionally, the damage of Hwoarang Rising 3 and the range of Hwoarang Rising 2-3 have been improved to address the previously somewhat unreliable counterattack capabilities from a crouching position. Okay, so the rage art changed, whatever. And then down 4-3-4. Since the second hit is also considered part of the power crush, no, it's not. It shouldn't be because the second hit doesn't have armor properties on it. It has been fixed so that, like the first hit, it is not possible to escape throws if the opponent's throw connects during the second hit's animation. Lame. The second hit doesn't even have armor on it. It's only the first hit. That makes that really lame. Increase the recovery time by 3 frames and the opponent's recovery time on block by 1 frame. As a result, the frame advantage on block has been changed from -12 to -14. Bro, that's all I had to fight back. That's the only move I had to fight back. They deadass said, okay, no, we gonna force you to have a taste of your own medicine whenever you on defense. You have no means of fighting back. Cool. Dope. Radical. Radical. That was like all I had, bro. And reduce the distance to the opponent on block. Oh, of course, making it even easier to punish. Yeah, okay. I just really feel like this was such an unnecessary nerf. Like, I really feel like this was such an unnecessary nerf. And like, I get it, bias Hwoarang scrub, cool. But like, be real with yourself. Be honest with yourself. If you were gonna nerf anything about Hwo, how many motherfuckers out there was like, oh yeah, Hwoarang's power crush really needs to go. Down 4, 3-4 is way too good for a character that has these tools. Like, come on, bro. That's so unnecessary. Anyway, what they do to down 3-4? So down 3-4, then right stance down 3-4, and left flamingo down 3-4. Reduce the input window for the second hit by 1 frame. Whatever. If the player inputs the second hit, the opponent's recovery time on blocking the first hit has been increased, allowing the opponent to act after the second hit whiffs. This change makes it easier to punish regardless of whether the second hit is executed or not. Again, I've already, like, by the way, damage is buffed from 10 to 13, by the way, 3 extra damage. I don't think that was a good trade-off. And I don't know like how big of a difference this is gonna make, but like, I feel like when I fight players, they're not struggling to punish down 3-4 when they block it. Yo, like nobody even play. Okay, nobody at high level even plays. It's like 4 Hwoarang players. You know what I'm saying? There's speed kicks, K-Wiz, edge, and rest. Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, and none of them niggas was winning. I mean, like, they've placed well, but like, I think Edge won like ATL a couple times or something, but like, whatever. Down back forward, fix an issue where immediately after this move hit, the opponent could not sidestep toward the foreground if Hwoarang followed up with a high attack. So again, we're not allowed to have homing and tracking and stuff like that. We're supposed to be extremely linear and extremely steppable. Okay. While rising 2-3, the forward movement of the first hit has been increased to extend the reach of the attack, and the hitbox of the first hit has been expanded downward, leaving instances of whiffing for certain moves. So that's cool and all. It still sucks though. That move still sucks because it leaves you off axis and makes it so that the combos that you get are whack. So like, while a range buff is a welcome change, like, sure, I don't ever use the move. And like, there's some scenarios where I should, I guess, but like, I deadass do not use this move. That's not even a real buff, to be honest. While rising 3, change the number from 20 to 22. Hooray! This adjustment has been made considering that compared to other characters, the damage from punishments when guarding low attacks was slightly lacking, and as this move possesses a risk of being punished if guarded. The damage when hitting an airborne opponent has been corrected from 15 to 22. Yippee. Crouch dash 3, fix an issue where the move was incorrectly set as immune to attack reversals. Whatever. Punch parry. The tracking capability after successful parry has been enhanced, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing in certain situations. Whatever. Not a real buff. And the input window has been adjusted to mitigate the occurrence of unintended dashes. Hwoarang got nerfed. Why? The character's mid-tier at best. And I get it, he's popular like online, but it's not like he's dominating the online. It's not like he's like winning a particularly large amount, and it's not like he's done particularly great at any offline events. So why is he like one of the characters that's like straight up just getting nerfed? Like these buffs that he got, it's like, nigga, I would have preferred y'all just left that shit alone. Like 2 damage, hooray, like big fucking deal, right? This is whatever. That's more of a quality of life change, like a bug fix. That's just how it should have been. And I would have preferred you just left down 3-4 the way it was, as opposed to giving me 3 extra damage here, making it more punishable. Then again, like time will tell like how big of a difference this actually makes, but like, and then this move is still ass because it leaves you off access, so. I just don't understand the rationale or the thinking behind this. I wasn't expecting buffs really, but I wasn't expecting just like nerfs either. I thought he would just be mostly unchanged again. I just feel like it's other characters that are like way more offensive and like way stronger online and offline and have more tournament results and stuff. And it's just like, we not really, whatever, man. Whatever, dog. Like I just feel like Chanel been whooping everybody ass with Alisa, and Alisa's been terrorizing people online, and I just feel like she's still the same exact character. But oh, Hwoarang, God forbid that character can fucking stay in the top 25 on the tier list. Ain't this some shit, man? All right, whatever. Enough dooming. Moving on. Bounce direction for Jack 8. In version 1.05, Jack 8 has been primarily adjusted to stabilize his behavior, while also being strengthened to compensate for the weakening of throws by the battle system. In addition to enhancing moves that were already useful as offensive starting points, such as running 1+2, while rising 2-4, and during Gamma Howl 4, the usability of up forward 3, which allows for wide-ranging attacks and mix-ups from Gamma Howl, has also been improved. Furthermore, the reach of all throws has been extended, increasing the likelihood of grabbing opponents who would previously evade with a backdash. This change grants Jack 8 a new form of advantage in his throwing capabilities. They really want Jack to be a grappler. Rage art change, whatever. Up forward 3. If the attack does not hit, the recovery time has been reduced by 5 frames. The frame advantage on block has been changed from -17 to -12. Reduce the distance to the opponent on block. Previously, it does such no longer launch punishable. Previously it dealt 6 damage only on close hit, but now it inflicts 8 recoverable damage regardless of distance. This move cannot cause a KO. Change the jump status from 9 to 21 frames to 9 to 23 frames to prevent being hit by low attacks before the attack startup. Then we have several moves here. So while running 1+2, while rising to 4, and Gamma Howl 4. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 1 frame, and the advantage on block has been changed from +3 to +4. Okay. Then all these throws, the throw range has been extended, making it easier to grab the opponent. Down 4 and crouch 2, the hitbox has been expanded, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain moves. Hitbox has been expanded downward, leaving instances of whiffing for certain moves for these moves as well. They want Jack to keep throwing you all over the screen, is what I'm getting from this. I feel like after King, the Jack players are the ones who like go for throws more than anyone else, and they want them to keep doing that. So less tracking, more range, but whatever. Jin. In version 1.05, Jin has undergone changes primarily focused on stabilizing behavior. Demon Paw is a mid-heat engager with excellent speed and range, but with low risk, so it's probably going to be the exact same changes what they did to Double Jin as I expected. So his Heat Smash, the tracking ability of the third hit has been adjusted to prevent it from tracking opponents to sidestep the first hit. Good. And the hitbox of the third hit has been reduced. Good. 1-2-1 and Zanshin up 1. When the attack is blocked, both the players and the opponent's recovery time has been increased by 3 frames. This change aims to increase the window for confirming the situation, making it easier to execute punishes. Demon Paw has reduced the attack hitbox. Oh wait, they reduced the hitbox. Now I felt like the hitbox on Jin's Demon Paw was pretty nuts, I'm not gonna lie. We don't know how bad they nerfed it, but that nigga did have Vegito 5M. For all my Dragon Ball players, like Forward 4-2 was dead ass Vegito 5M. So like honestly, probably a good decision. And reduce the distance to the opponent on block. It's still a heat engager, it's still a mid, it's still safe, it's still gonna be a good move. It's just not egregious now. Also, I don't understand why this move here, like this is separated into 2 different boxes. They could have just done like up and down in the same thing and whatever. And then just select some bug fixes. So Jin just basically got nerfed. I don't think this will be a huge deal. I mean, it definitely makes neutral a little less Mickey Mouse for Jin. But you know, this shouldn't like break the character or anything. Like I think he'll be fine. You just might have to actually play just a tiny, just a smidge of neutral, you know, just a smidge. All right, next page. Looks like we got a lot of changes here for Jun, and I see a lot of upwards arrows. So like I thought, they're basically like completely reworking this character. They nerfed her a lot in the last patch because they were planning on giving her a lot of buffs in this patch. Jun is a character with unique abilities granted by Kazama's power, allowing her to perform powerful attacks at the cost of her own health or heal herself. In version 1.04, the mechanics of attacks using Kazama's power were revised. Previously, all consumed health would become recoverable, but this was changed so that a portion of the consumed health would not be recoverable and would instead disappear. This adjustment increased the risk of using Kazama's power, leading to more passive play. Considering this, version 1.05 introduces several health recovering attacks that restore health when they hit, making it easier for Jun to showcase her unique abilities. This adjustment aims to enhance the usability and versatility of actions involving health fluctuations. Additionally, since the practical use of certain moves was limited, the performance of some powerful techniques has been toned down. At the same time, enhancements have been made, particularly focusing on the special stance Genjutsu, to broaden the range of strategies available. So, I'm sure Jun will be pretty good after this patch before I even read any of this. But I've been mentally preparing myself and you guys who've been listening and watching and saying that Jun was going to get hella buffed in this patch. So nothing here is going to surprise me, I don't think. So whatever, the expanded upward blah 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 rage art change. So during heat and genjutsu, change to restore 12 recoverable gauge on hit and 6 recoverable gauge on block. Reduce 2 frames of recovery time, change the frame advantage on block from -14 to -12. Reduce the distance on block, adjusted the collision detection on hit to mitigate the issue of whiffing partway through the attack. And yeah, that's that. And then 1-1, as well as forward 1. On hit, health recovery has been changed to restore 2 health and an additional 2 recoverable gauge for a maximum of 4 recovery. Okay. Then 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 2, up 2, and during Mier 1 plus 2. On hit, health recovery has been changed to restore 2 health. Okay, so it's not like huge numbers, but it's gonna add up. Definitely gonna add up. Forward 2, 1 plus 2. The health consumption amount has been increased when using this move. Oh, this is a nerf. The health consumption has been changed from -4 to -6. And the recoverable gauge consumption has been changed from -8 to -12. Which, like, honestly, deserved. Having the fucking, because this is how you make her launcher safe on block, right? Forward 2 is the Tooth Fairy. Then 1 plus 2 is, I assume, like the follow-up that makes it safe. Honestly deserved. Yeah, this is the follow-up that makes it -9, so yeah. Because otherwise this is very punishable, right? So this will take a little bit more health now. Down forward 2, 1 plus 2, the damage for the second hit has been decreased from 14 to 12. Whatever. Not a substantial nerf, but a nerf nonetheless. Down back 1, 1, 1 plus 2. To shift the focus from being a powerful technique that consumes health to a technique that recovers health on hit and is important for gauge management strategy, the following adjustments have been made. Health consumption has been removed. Chip damage on block has been removed. But on hit, health recovery has been changed to restore 4 health and an additional 4 recoverable gauge for a maximum of 8 recovery. The attack effect has been changed and the attack hitbox has been reduced. So it no longer consumes health, but it no longer does chip either. Now on hit, it restores health instead. The attack effect has been changed and the attack hitbox has been reduced. So what do they mean by the attack effect though? I guess we'll only know when the patch goes live, but because as it stands now, it's like a 45 damage string that knocks back like that. So the hitbox has been reduced. That final hit does have a pretty crazy hitbox. Oops. Oh no, I guess we'll see. Up forward 1. The health consumption amount has been reduced when using this move. The health consumption has been changed from -6 to -4, and the recoverable gauge consumption has been changed from -12 to -8. During the heat state, the consumption amount is halved. Okay. Up forward 4-3. Fix an issue where the timing of the transition to an attack would be delayed if a subsequent input was made before transitioning to Mier. Change the recoverable gauge consumption from -8 to -12. And the health consumption from -4 to -6. However, after transitioning to Mier, the recoverable gauge was previously restored by 2 at the 30 frame and 80 frame marks. This has been changed to restore 2 at the 4 frame, 24 frame, and 80 frame marks. This allows for partial recovery of consumed health by waiting a bit before performing a follow-up move when aiming for a combo. Forward 2-2. Changes have been made to trigger Tornado upon aerial hit. So this move is a Tornado now. And then this move will go from 30 damage to 32 damage, and then while running 3, it goes from 32 damage to 28. So that is actually getting a slight damage nerf. While crouching down forward 2, the combo damage scaling after counter has been adjusted to 70%. While crouching down forward 3, the change behavior on side and back hits so that the opponent is knocked down if it is a clean hit. Sidestep 2, on attack hit, health recovery has been changed to restore 3 health, an additional 3 recoverable gauge for a maximum of 6 recovery. The behavior when hitting a downed opponent has been changed. Izuma 1-1. On attack hit, health recovery has been changed to restore 1 health and an additional 1 recoverable gauge for maximum 2 recovery. And health consumption has been removed and chip damage on block has been removed. They removed the chip. Genjutsu 1. Decreased recovery time by 1 frame or only when the move is blocked, resulting in a change from a frame range of -13 to -12, making it a little bit safer on block. Genjutsu 3-2. Change the opponent's behavior on blocks so that the first and second hits no longer result in a continuous block. The hitbox of the first attack has been reduced to mitigate the issue of unintentionally hitting opponents who are behind you. Second attack can now be delayed. The damage of the second attack has been changed from 20 to 16. Genjutsu 3 hold down. By inputting during Genjutsu 3 down, it is now possible to transition to a crouching state. This is a new move, technically. Health recovery has been changed to restore 14 health and an additional 14 recoverable gauge. In version 1.04, the recoverable gauge restored was 28. Oh, right, because it's no longer just recoverable. You just straight up like you just heal. And then health recovery has been changed to restore 8 health and an additional 8 recoverable gauge. So as somebody who has not played June, I don't have any strong thoughts or opinions on this. But they basically like completely reworked how that character functions with the whole health gimmick or like mechanic. And well, now I guess we'll see if June players feel as though she is playable again, because I know they were kind of doom and gloom about her after that last patch, but I knew like I knew the buffs were coming, you know what I mean? They kind of made that clear in the last patch, or like in the notes for the last patch. Is it enough? We'll see. I think June's still a really cool character. Then we have Kazuya, one of the most absolute downplayed characters in the entire game. Kazuya has undergone performance changes aimed at improving character usability in various aspects, in addition to stabilizing his behavior. Notably, Kazuya has been adjusted to deliver significant damage from the quick mid combo attack, down forward 1-4, addressing the high difficulty of counterattacking after blocking or evading attacks. Additionally, attacks utilizing the Devil's Power during heat state had poor usability due to the high consumption rate of the heat timer. Thus, the performance and commands have been revised to enhance convenience. However, Demon Paw, despite being a mid-heat engager with excellent speed and range, had low risk on block and was overshadowing other mid-attacks. Therefore, the distance to the opponent on block has been reduced. So it gets the Rage Art change. Change the damage from the first hit from 12 to 9. As a result, the total damage when hitting on the ground will be 43 to 40. Okay, so slight damage nerf to his heat smash, whatever. 1-1-2 and 1-2-2 decrease the distance from the opponent on first attack, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing mid combo. The same thing happens with Reina sometimes, where like you'll try to do like your 1-1-2 and like the first hit will hit and then the second hit won't, and then you finish the string and now you get launch punished for it. I've definitely had that happen sometimes. I would assume they probably did the same thing for Reina, because I've experienced that myself, where like I'm thinking I'm getting my 10 string or my 10 frame and then it doesn't reach and I die because it whiffs or gets blocked. During double form 1+4, the consumption of remaining heat time has been changed from 450 to 270 and added a reversal break effect. This makes the attack effective against common attacks, reversals, parries, and power crushes. New move, Roar of the Double Form, can now also be executed from a while rising position. Then you have down forward 1-4, which gets a buff and a nerf to improve Kazuya's effectiveness by increasing the return on fast starter moves that can be used for punishes. The following adjustments have been made. The downward hitbox size of the first attack have been increased primarily to stabilize behavior when using aerial combos. The behavior of the opponent on hit of the second attack has been altered to allow for follow-up attacks. The behavior of the opponent on block has been changed, and the frame advantage has been changed from -3 to -11. Considering the increased return on hit, adjustments have been made to increase the risk when block. I feel like that's fair. You're gonna get, you know what I'm saying, higher reward, that gotta mean higher risk. That's one thing in general that I feel like we've been seeing in fighting games, is that there's a lot of moves that have like really high reward and like really low risk, and I feel like it's been skewed where the reward outweighs the risk by a very large margin. So it's just nice to see for a change of pace, like, hey, like we increased the reward for this move. However, it does come with some drawbacks, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, down forward 1, down forward 2. The downward hitbox size of the first attack has been extended primarily to stabilize behavior when using aerial combos. Tracking ability of the second attack has been enhanced only on hit of the first attack, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through the wall combos, and fixed an issue where the second hit would not occur when the input was performed. Adjusted the collision detection on the second hit to increase the stability of aerial combos. Again, more of a quality of life change. That should have just been there. They did not fix that for Reina. I'm gonna scream. Where was I? Down forward 3, 2, 1. In version 1.04, the size of the attack hitbox was adjusted to mitigate the issue of it hitting opponents who were not directly in front. Sorry. However, this adjustment sometimes caused whiffing when using aerial combos. Therefore, the attack hitbox has been readjusted and expanded downward. Down back 1, 2. The distance when hitting a downed opponent with the first attack of the second strike has been increased. This change makes it more difficult to use heat dash combos with this move on downed opponents except near walls. So now you're only going to get that guaranteed at the wall, looks like. Back 1. Adjust the collision detection with the opponent to make it easier to hit. Sure. Back 2, 2, 1 plus 2. The hitbox of the first attack has been expanded downwards, alleviating the instances. Yeah. Stabilize behavior and use aerial combos. Recovery time is reduced by 1 frame. Reduced by 8 frames. Additionally, the opponent's recovery when blocking third is also reduced by 8 frames. As a result, the frame advantage on block remains unchanged. So what's the point? The reduction in the third hit's recovery time makes it easier to follow up with an attack after hitting, at the end of an aerial combo, especially when slamming the opponent into the wall. Got it. Demon Paw. Reduce the distance to the opponent on block. That's it. Then Demon Paw hold back. By inputting back, it is not possible to prevent the transition to double form exclusive throw on hit. While rising 2, the hitbox has been expanded downward. While rising 1 plus 2, the hitbox has been expanded downward. Crouch dash 1. Change the consume heat timer during the throw animation on hit rather than during the initial strike portion. Crouch dash 3 now deals chip damage on block. Crouch dash 3, change to consume during double form. Change to consume the heat timer during the double form exclusive additional attack instead of the kick portion. So 30 less heat gets consumed. Shorten the recovery time of the additional attack on block by 2 frames. Reduce the distance to the opponent after the initial attack is blocked, and the damage to the throw has been changed from 15 to 20. By inputting back, it is now possible to prevent the transition to double form. Crouch dash 4, 4. So hell swoop. The recovery time of the second attack has been reduced by 5 frames. This adjustment is made to facilitate offense after hits. Crouch dash 1 plus 2. Due to the slow startup, this move was not very effective for counter hits. Therefore, its role has been adjusted. Change the damage from 23 to 33, and change the opponent's behavior on block, reducing the distance to the opponent. Increase the opponent's recovery time on block by 11 frames. Change the frame advantage on block from -6 to +5. So they just completely reworked this move. Change the opponent's behavior on counter hit, making aerial combos no longer possible. With the ability to move first even when blocked, this move can now be used as an offensive starter. Additionally, the increased damage enhances its values when incorporated into combos. That's interesting because this kind of changes, like, I feel like the identity of Kazuya a little bit. Like, this isn't the kind of thing Kazuya normally has. So it's going to be this move right here. So this move is currently -6, but it's now going to be +5. Did they change the hold on, let me see. They changed the distance by chance. So this now does 10 extra damage on hit. Change the opponent's behavior on block, reducing the distance to the opponent. So this is going to leave you closer, and it's going to be plus. This shit gonna be better than Demon Paw. Like I know Demon Paw is a heat engager, but like, oops. Because now when you're doing like a wave dash, which I'm terrible at doing on pad. It just adds to your mix up, and now you have just straight up neutral skip if you want, into plus on block, into mix up. This doesn't have like insane range, but like good enough. Trying to get to like range 3. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And it just has higher damage as well. So like if you're using this as like a combo ender or something, I feel like that's a good change for him. Because I feel like it's cool that it was safe before, and that like on counter hit, I think it gave you combo, but right? I don't know which would I don't play Kazuya, so I don't know which one you'd rather have, but I feel like that's like I said, this completely changed the identity of this move. Like it was 24 frames, so with it being as slow as it was, granted, I mean, you're doing this out of wave dash, but I don't know. I think it's interesting. Then the camera behavior instability issue has been alleviated, whatever. All right, and that was Kazuya. Now we get to King. Oh boy. So, King. King is a character who excels in using powerful strikes and power crushes as his core fighting style while aiming for a variety of strong command throws at critical moments. Consequently, he has been significantly affected by the changes to the battle system in version 1.05, such as the weakening of various command throws and the overall suppression of high power crush performance. Has he really though? As explained in the common adjustments, some of King's command throws have been designated as homing attacks to make them stronger in sidestepping. Well, I guess that's what they mean. Like if they didn't do that, then he would have been significantly weakened, but you did do that. So it's like, it's fine. However, since existing strategies need to be adjusted, several aspects of King's gameplay have been improved in version 1.05 to preserve his character appeal in different ways. Oh god, they're gonna buff King. The most significant change is the input adjustment for B step, so his crouch dash, which greatly enhances King's mobility, thereby increasing opportunities to initiate throws. Additionally, the new move forward forward 2 introduced in this game has been adjusted to significantly increase the opponent's recovery time on block, making it harder for them to sidestep and avoid command throws. However, forward forward 2, a low hitting move, had become forward forward neutral 2 had become exceedingly powerful and encouraged a playstyle that relied less on throws. Therefore, its performance has been slightly reduced. Only slightly, though. Okay. Hitbox has been expanded downward to increase the variety of aerial combos and to mitigate the issue of whiffing against certain moves. From a dash state with forward forward, so his crouch dash. From a dash state with forward forward, inputting neutral down down forward now allows for B step. Crouch status has been removed, considering the significant increase in mobility. Okay, Armor King. Forward 3 during front hit on the ground 1+2. The opponent's recovery time has been reduced by 6 frames. This change was made considering the damage was too high when including follow-up attacks on down opponents. Relax the input window of 1+2 to make it easier to execute. Sure. Forward 4. The hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain moves. Given the weakening of the tracking ability of throws, this adjustment aims to make homing attacks easier to use. Down 3+4, down 3+4, while crouching down forward 4, and while running forward 4. Change the opponent's behavior when hit from behind, unifying the opponent's recovery time with that when hit from the front. The downward hitbox size of the first attack has been expanded primarily to stabilize behavior when using follow-up attack from certain attacks. Gonna need more water. Down back 3. Change the timing for entering crouch status from 10 frames to 6 frames. Down back 1+2, 2. Reduce the distance to the opponent after hitting with an attack and activating heat. So that's that's gonna be this heat engager here, right? That's when you do, yeah, this shit into blam. So reduce the distance to the opponent after hitting with an attack and activating heat. So he's just gonna get actual like mix up off this. Before, like, you get the heat engager and like, yeah, you're plus 35, but like you're so far away, right? But now you're probably gonna end up like right in their face after this move. Sounds like fun. Back 3, which, hold on. Okay, whatever. As part of the overall suppression of high power crush performance in the game, the following changes have been made. Tracking ability against side slips has been reduced. Good. This move needs to be more linear. Damage of the throw has been changed from 20 to 15. The opponent's recovery time for strike throws has been reduced by 6 frames, and these changes were made considering the damage was too high when including follow-up attacks on downed opponents. Yeah, that move is really stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Move was just really dumb. Then you have forward 4-2. Considering the overall suppression of throw performance in the game, the following adjustments have been made to compensate and enhance the appeal of King, who relies heavily on throws, making it easier to initiate throws against opponents. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 7 frames, and the frame of finishing block has been changed from 0 to +7. Okay. The opponent's say when blocking has been changed from crouching to standing. Like, but we nerfing Hwoarang? In King's defense, I guess, to play devil's advocate, we have not seen a ton of King at a super high level. To be fair, I guess. But like, come on, dog. Like, let's be honest. Like, let's be real. You feel me? We know this nigga is strong and really annoying. Like, I just, what's this tweet from Speed Kicks? Oh, this is old. This is from February. Song? Hold on, I got you. Matter of fact, let's start the song over. Like, this is so stupid. BK's is down with the Hwoarang changes. I'd be very curious to know why. I would love to talk to him about why, because I don't understand it. He's a lot smarter than me, so who knows? Wandering Lotus, thank you for the 31 months, man. Anyway, back to this. I'm sorry. I really had to process that shit for a moment. Forward, neutral 2. Considering the ability to execute highly repetitive and powerful attacks, the following adjustments have been made. The behavior of the opponent on hit has been modified and the frame range has been changed from +7 to +5. Oh. The damage of the throw on counter has been changed from 35 to 30. And changed the opponent's behavior when trading hits. This adjustment was made because the ability for King to initiate an aerial combo on traded hits was extremely powerful. I'll take that. I'll take that. 4-4 neutral 2 was OD. While crouching 2, this attack can now be performed immediately after a crouching under a high attack and fix the issue where pressing down forward and 2 simultaneously while crouching with the down back input will not trigger this attack. And then you have your approach your opponent quarter circle back 1+2. The opponent's recovery time has been reduced by 6 frames. This adjustment was made considering cases where unintended follow-up attacks were possible against certain characters. And that's King. King is a funny character, man. Kuma and Panda. In version 1.05, Kuma and Panda were not subject to balance adjustments, only unintended behaviors were corrected. And I see a couple of up arrows here, and we've been seeing Rangshu put in work at every event. Been busting people ass with Kuma and Panda, so this should be interesting. So when heat activation is available to 3, 2, 1, up forward 3, 4, 1+2, forward 4, 1+2, hunting 1, and hunting forward 1+2. The attack hitbox has been expanded to mitigate the issue of whiffing against certain moves when in close contact with the opponent. Whatever. The tracking ability of the subsequent attacks has been enhanced on hit or block, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. So better tracking on 1-1, 1-2, 1-1-1, down forward 1-2, and down forward 1-2, 1+2. The box has been expanded downward, expanded the hurt box, so not really much, honestly. They made this note like, we're not subject to balance adjustments, only unintended behaviors were corrected, but like, is this not also just basically fixing unintended behaviors for the most part, or like, you know, just kind of making things the way that you intended it to be? Because like, I just feel like when attacks are whiffing midway through, like that's just not supposed to happen. So when you mitigate that happening, it's like, that's not a buff. That's like, no, that shit just shouldn't have happened more often than not. And I'm sure there's some instances where like, yeah, that's gonna happen, but like, I don't know. That's just me. Lars, dumbass character. Lars was not subject to bounce adjustments. Only unintended behaviors were corrected. Hey, I see 2 down arrows. Let's get it. So Heat Smash, hitbox of the second hit has been enlarged to mitigate the occurrence of whiffing midway through, and the collision detection has been expanded downwards. Okay, that's whatever. Down back 4 and up forward 3+4 and silent entry 2. Expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff, and then hitbox has been adjusted to alleviate instances of hitting targets from areas other than the front. Okay, so nothing really. Law, one of the most annoying characters in the game. Really cool character with like a really annoying player base, just in terms of style. I just feel like, you know, I've talked enough shit about Lars and Law. Fuck it. Law's performance, particularly with nunchaku attacks, has been adjusted to reduce their effectiveness. The nunchuck move is pretty damn good, not gonna lie. Specifically the move while crouching down forward, down forward 3, followed by 1+2. So his slide into 1+2, a very powerful follow-up attack loop. To address this, so if they're nerfing this from Law, are they gonna nerf the same thing from Shaheen? Because Shaheen has the same thing, basically. Sorry, give me one moment. What is this? All right, okay. So anyway, to address this, the behavior when hitting a downed opponent with 1+2 has been changed to reduce the loop potential of the offense. So is it going to leave you like further away or like at a distance where like slide won't reach or something? However, the behavior of during heat 1+2 remains unchanged as its situation only consumes the heat timer. Heat Smash lowered the tracking ability of the second hit to prevent from tracking if this opponent sidesteps the first hit. Love that. Changed the opponent's behavior upon hit of the second attack when the first attack whiffs. Love that. The speed of the subsequent attacks after the first hit is blocked has been slightly increased. I don't know if that's good or bad, honestly. During heat, 1+2, change the opponent's behavior on block, reducing the distance to the opponents. And then regular 1+2, the behavior on landing a down hit has been modified. This change is made considering the follow-up attacks while performing his slide allowed for a highly repetitive and powerful offense. During heat, it's going to be the same. Approach opponent up 1+2, adjusted at input reception to make it easier to perform moves even from crouching position. Slide expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff, so making the slide easier to punish. And then after parrying right punch attack, the behavior of the opponent upon successful parry has been adjusted, mitigating the occurrence of counter attack whiffing. I think Law is another character that's like really good that we're not seeing a ton of right now. That I think if the right player just goes on a run, people are going to be like, oh my god, Law is broken. Granted, this change does affect him a decent amount, I would say, but I still think he's going to be good regardless. Lee. In version 1.05, Lee has been adjusted primarily to fix the unstable behavior and to address the overall suppression of high power crush performance. However, due to the common adjustments to heat dash, these opportunities to execute powerful combos involving Hitman up 1+4, or I'm sorry, up 4, have decreased, resulting in a loss of some damage potential. To compensate for this, the reach of heat burst has been extended, and the stability of follow-up attacks from while rising 2-3 has been improved. So Lee has an issue where like his while rising his while rising joint doesn't you don't consistently currently get a combo from it, and on certain characters like Reina, for example, it drops a lot. So we're just supposed to do, you do the while rising launcher and then you do heat burst in order to get the properly combo. That drops on a lot of characters, and some characters way more than others, and it looks like they're aiming to make that more consistent for him, so they do actually want him to consistently get a combo from that. So he in particular is getting an expanded hitbox on his heat burst, which like I feel like instead of making his, hold on, let me show you what I mean real quick first and foremost. So this move here, right? The way you get a combo from this, whoops. is you heat burst, but it whiffs a lot. I'm actually getting it pretty consistently, which is funny because I feel like when Lee players fight me when I play Reina, they drop this all the time. Okay, so you see there it whiffed, right? I feel like instead of expanding the hitbox of heat burst, it would just make more sense for while rising 2-3 to just not knock you back so far. You know, like maybe just make it so that they just, because I feel like adjusting the hitbox to heat burst is first of all like counterproductive to like the change you made overall with heat burst in the game. Because this is already like, do you already see how far this shit goes? I feel like it just makes way more sense. Like he's gonna hit you with a heat burst from back here, bro. No, that still reaches. He's gonna be range 3 and hit you with heat burst if that's the case. Like I get it, you want this combo to be more consistent, but like maybe just make it so that this shit doesn't knock you back so fucking far. Like I don't know. Like you could just just ever so slightly decrease the distance. I feel like that makes more sense. But maybe, because again, I don't play Lee. Maybe if they did that, he has other moves that he could do, that he could combo from there without having to use heat burst. Like, I don't know. Because like, I don't play Lee, so I don't know his move list. I don't know what you would use there if there was less distance. Yeah, I don't know. I don't play Lee. It's just a thought though. I'm sure a Lee player can tell me why that would or would not be a good idea. Regardless, he gets the rage art change, whatever. When heat activation is available, the forward movement has been increased to extend the reach of the attack. 4-2-1. The tracking capability of the second hit has been enhanced when landing the first hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. Hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating the situation where it would occasionally whiff under certain circumstances. Down forward 1 while crouched so a slide. Misstep 3+4. Hitman 4. Expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff, so just easier to punish when those moves. Down 3. Alleviated an issue where the positional relationship with the opponent becomes different than intended when used near the wall. Back 1-1. The tracking capability of the second hit has been enhanced when landing the first hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. During heat, back 1+2, and then during heat, back 1-1-2. Lee has a characteristic where, when in heat state, his moves perform as if they were just frame inputs, even if the just frame input was not successfully executed. The behavior of the opponent on an aerial hit by these moves was differing based on whether the just frame input was successful or not. This has been fixed to always reflect the successful just frame input behavior. Okay. Then back 3+4. As part of the overall suppression of high power crashes, we've been down this road before, so it goes from -7 to -9, less tracking, reduced hitbox, and yeah, okay. So nerf this power crush. Approaching opponent up forward 1+2, adjust the input reception to make it easier to perform moves even from a crouching position. Then Hitman 3, fix an issue where the hitbox of the powered up version of the attack, which is triggered immediately after intercepting an opponent's attack, was smaller than that of the regular version. So I was under the impression that Lee was a pretty strong character. They buffed his heat burst, so him getting like his while standing launcher more consistent, I feel like is a big deal for him. I think Lee players have been asking for that change since the game dropped. But nerfing his power crush is obviously a blow. Also, his command throw He lost that tracking as well. I don't think Lee's really known for his tracking either. It does regular throw, but I feel like this is kind of mixed, because I feel like this change, like I feel like the Wild Rising 2-3 change with Heat Burst, I feel like that's a big deal for him, but I don't know how much some of these like nerfs are gonna impact him when it comes to like the lack of tracking and this. We'll see though, we'll see. But that was Lee. All right, a couple more pages left. 3 more pages, right? You just have a lot to get through. Holy shit, man. It's already been over 2 hours. Leo has been adjusted to enhance the unique appeal of the character in Tekken 8, focusing on improving specific performance aspects. The behavior on counter hit for down 1 has been changed to serve as an entry point for heat activation. Additionally, the return on counter hit for back 4-1 has been increased to make the cancel action of the second hit more effective. The usability of the newly added core circle forward 2-4 in Tekken 8 has also been improved. While these changes may not be flashy, they should help expand Leo's offensive options by adding tactical nuances. However, since Leo's combo damage involving walls have become exceedingly high, damage of several moves contributing to this high damage has been reduced. Deserved, I think. Leo, much like Shaheen, was another character that I thought was like really underplayed. Obviously AK and Lowhigh, especially AK, have been putting Shaheen on the map. Still waiting for somebody to do that with Leo, but maybe that won't be the case now with some of these changes depending on how things go. Let's see. So 4-4-3 and Lightning Glare 2-3-4. Move status has been changed to give it jump status before the attack startup. This alteration allows the character to evade low attacks and special low attacks from the opponent. Cool beans, bro. Down 1. Change the damage from 18 to 19. Hooray. For Leo players, I guess. The behavior of the opponent on counter hit has been changed so that the opponent does not get knocked down and instead results in a frame advantage of plus 13. This change allows Leo to transition into a crouching state with down 1 down and then follow up with moves like Wild Rising 4 1+2, enabling a combo and heat activation. A 70% damage scaling has been applied to combos after a counter hit. This change takes into account the ability to follow up with ground attacks, resulting in higher overall combo damage compared to version 1.04. Did Leo need that? Back 4-1, the behavior of the opponent on counter has been altered to allow for follow-up attacks. Gonna get something guaranteed there. Input window for punch parry has been changed from 2 to 8 frames to 5 to 9 frames. Change the damage of Wild Rising 141 from 24 to 21. Wild Rising 1+2 decrease the recovery time by 1 frame, making it from -15 to -14. No longer launch punishable. While the opponent is down 3+4, change the damage from 22 to 21. Quarter circle forward 2-1 and quarter circle forward 2-4. Second hit can now be delayed. Adjusted the second attack's collision detection with the opponent to reduce the occurrence of whiffing for certain moves. Fixed an issue where the second hit could be blocked when the first hit landed from the side. Added chip damage on blocks to the second hit of QCF 1-4. Changed the opponent's behavior when blocking the second hit of QCF 1-4. I'm sorry, 2-4. Have I been saying 1-4? I have, haven't I? 2-4. 2-1 and 2-4. I think I was saying that fucked up. Increase the opponent's recovery time by 7 frames when blocking the second hit of QCF 2-4. Change the frame advantage disadvantage from on block from 11 frames to -4. So it is now very safe. Okay, so like they're nerfing Leo's damage outside of combos from here, but everything else is a buff. And I already thought Leo was pretty good. Fobu 1+2, change the damage from 22 to 21. Jinji Do Leaf 3-4, change the damage from 27 to 23. Behavior of the opponent upon successful parry has been adjusted, mitigating the occurrence of counterattack whiffing. And then after up back 1 succeeds, 4, the tracking capability and the hitbox after a successful parry has been enhanced, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing in certain situations. So damage nerfs, but like other buffs elsewhere, I think Leo's still gonna be pretty good. That's my 2 cents. Leroy, who got a shit ton of buffs before, looks like he's actually getting a couple of nerfs here, maybe somewhere. Oh, let's see. In version 1.05, Leroy has not undergone significant changes due to the numerous enhancements made in 1.04. Yeah, I bet. Instead, the focus has been on addressing minor issues and fixing behaviors, such as the move down forward to 1+2 is a high damage combo starter, but it had become very unstable when hitting from the side. After evading an opponent's attack with sidestep, this issue has been resolved. Additionally, the attacks forward 2+3 and down back 2+3, which uses Cane, were rarely used due to the strict limitation of being usable only once per match, and the fact if you tell me he's allowed to use this shit multiple times, would still be consumed even if interrupted during the startup. To address this, the consumption time for the Cane has been changed after the first hit of the attack lands, allowing for more strategic use in various situations. Okay, so if he tries to use the Cane and you interrupt him, he doesn't lose it, which I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Because think about it, right? Let's say if you're just any character in the game and you're trying to use your heat smash, right? And you get hit out of your heat smash by whatever, right? We've all been interrupted, but our heat smash has been interrupted by some move, whether it's a power crush or rage art, a random kind of hit move, like whatever the case is, right? If your heat smash gets interrupted on startup, you still lose it. So why shouldn't the same apply to his Cane? I know those are obviously different moves, like very much so, but like, was it really, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Good for him, I guess, though. Fix an issue where the tracking ability of the first hit was unintentionally decreased when inputting up to the second hit. Down forward to 1+2. Change the opponent's orientation to face forward when the second hit connects from the side. This adjustment aims to improve the stability of aerial combos starting from the third hit onward. Down back 3. Expanded the hurt box, deleting situations where certain attacks would whiff. Back 4. The issue where there was an unnatural forward movement in specific situations has been corrected. While the opponent is down back to 1+2. Adjusted so that the second attack continuously hits when the first attack hits with a grounded opponent. Increase the recovery time of the fourth hit by 3 frames. The frame advantage has been changed from -13 to -16. That's now launch punishable, and from -2 to -5 on hit. Adjusted the collision detection of the fourth hit to mitigate the issue where the multi-hit portion would whiff against certain characters. Herman stance 1+2. The downward hitbox size of the first hit have been increased primarily to stabilize behavior when using combos. This is the parry stuff, right? Change the damage from 15 to 20. This change is made to account for the increased recovery time while opponent is down, which prevented further follow-up attacks, resulting in a decrease in overall combo damage. And then fix an issue where Leroy would be considered facing away if attacked immediately after a throw escape. So yeah, this and the Cane are the 2 biggest changes, I would say. But I mean, not that I feel super strongly about the Cane thing. I just think it's whatever. Also, I DM'd speed kicks because one of you guys came in here and said speed kicks is down with the Hwoarang changes. So I DM'd him. I was like, all right, bro, you gonna have to explain this to me because I don't see the vision. And he said the vision is, I said he's hard nerfed and I'll be fine picking a different character. I'm like, see, that makes a lot more sense because ain't no way you looked at these notes, saw the nerfs to Hwoarang, then continued to scroll, saw that they buffed King and Paul and went like, huh, yeah, that's fine. Because I ain't seen the Paul changes all, but I'd seen some stuff on the timeline and Paul was already good, you know? I'm gonna have a heart attack reading through Paul's notes, bro. Give me Kunimitsu, bro. Or do I just go all in on Reina at this point? Anyway, let's take a look at Lili and Nina. So I'm expecting a lot of nerfs for Lili, but we'll see. In accordance with the overall direction of version 1.05, Lili has undergone adjustments primarily to balance techniques with outstanding performance and those that create situations for one-sided offense. The move 1-1 is a versatile combo technique with various strengths. However, the risk of stopping after the second attack was particularly low, which made it too dominant as an offensive starting point, reducing the usage of opportunities of other moves. Therefore, it has been nerfed. QCF3 during heat was very powerful when used as a follow-up after during heat and Feisty Rabbit 3, allowing for a unilateral offensive loop. To address this, the behavior when hitting a downed opponent with QCF3 has been changed to reduce the loop potential of the offense. Regarding various piercing thorn techniques such as Daring Heat and Feisty Rabbit 4, a wall stagger effect has been removed. Instead, these moves have been adjusted to facilitate continued offense regardless of positioning within the stage. So the tracking ability of the second hit has been enhanced for her Heat Smash, it looks like. Daring Heat 1-2-4. Daring Heat forward 3+4, QCF 1-4, and Feisty Rabbit 4. Change the opponent's behavior on block, reducing the distance to the opponent. Remove the wall stagger effect on block, and increase the opponent's recovery on block by 3 frames. The frame advantage on block has been changed as follows: 1-2-4 goes from +2 to +5, and forward 3+4 as well as QCF 1-4 and during Feisty Rabbit 4 go from +4 to +7. These changes were made to address the issue where a highly repetitive offensive loop was possible when the opponent was cornered. The wall stagger effect was removed, and instead the moves have been adjusted to facilitate continued offense regardless of positioning within the stage. So now instead of just having like this super powerful positioning advantage and it's just being like just looping this shit over and over, it's just like it's just strong anywhere, but not like as it's now stronger anywhere on the stage than it was. I'm sorry, how do I explain what I'm trying to say? Generally speaking, it is stronger, but it's now weaker than it was in that specific instance. Yeah. 113. To slow down the pace of exchanges and increase the risk of stopping after the second hit, the following changes have been made. Increase the recovery time of the second hit by 2 frames. To maintain the frame advantage on hit for the second attack, increase the opponent's recovery time on hit by 2 frames. Reduce the distance to the opponent on block for the second attack. Increase the recovery time of the third attack by 4 frames on block with and when intercepted by the opponent's Power Crush. And to maintain the frame advantage on block for the third attack, increase the opponent's recovery time on block by 4 frames. Fix an issue where the third hit would launch the opponent far away when hitting from an angle other than the front. Let's see. 3+4, fix an issue where heat dash would sometimes be triggered even when the condition was not met in certain situations. I didn't know that was a thing. Forward 3 plus 4, recovery time has been reduced by 5 frames. This change was made considering that unintended follow-up attacks could lead to significant combo damage. Change the damage of down 3 from 17 to 14. Whatever. While rising 1-2, the hitbox has been expanded. Sure. Sidestep 3, the behavior on landing a down hit has been modified. This change is made considering that follow-up attacks from Durgi Feisty Rabbit allow for highly repetitive and powerful offense. Yeah, her Feisty Rabbit stuff was very, very strong. And I feel like Lili is arguably like the most downplayed character in the game. And I don't even think she needed to be gutted or anything, but she was very clearly extremely powerful. And I don't know why they tried to pretend like she wasn't. Like, I feel like Lili, Xiaoyu, and Kazuya are like the 3 like hardest downplayed characters in this game. That'd probably be like my top 3 like biggest downplayers. Sidestep 4, the behavior of the opponent on counter has been modified to enable potential aerial combos. Really? Okay. QCF 3, decrease the recovery time inflicted on the opponent by 2 frames when the move is blocked, resulting in a change from a frame advantage of -9 to -11, so it's no longer safe. The behavior on landing a down hit has been modified, and this change is made considering that follow-up attacks. Yeah. Back turn 3-4, when the attack is blocked, the players and the opponent's recovery time has been increased by 4 frames. This change aims to increase the window for confirming the situation, making it easier to execute punishes. Back turn down 2, and during heat, back facing the opponent 2-3, or 2+3. The collision detection has been adjusted to alleviate issues that this would open up before the attack, making it easier for the opponent to evade with a back step. And back turn 3, fix an issue where the input for transitioning, the input window for transitioning to an attack during Feisty Rabbit was different from the forward facing back 3, making it difficult to execute the move. So basically with Lili, they were just like, hey gang, that Feisty Rabbit shit, a little bit too strong. Little bit too strong. She can't have that. And I mean, I think she's still gonna be good. She might not be in top 5 conversations anymore, but she's still gonna be good. If you ask me. I think these changes are enough though, that if there's anybody that was considering picking up Lili after they watched Chicken dominate with her, they might be like if they were just looking for like a new top tier to jump to, I don't think Lili will be the character for that anymore. Speaking of top tiers, Nina! I'm expecting nerfs. In version 1.05, Nina has undergone adjustments primarily focused on fixing unintended behaviors. However, moves with outstanding performance that contradict Nina's characteristics of high hit count and close range rush strength have been nerfed. The mid-power crush Blonde Bomb could not be sidestepped at its tip, and it was very difficult for opponents to deal with in heat state. Therefore, both its hitbox and tracking performance have been revised. Thank you. Nina players won't admit to it because they want you to believe that they're working so much harder. But they are no different from Victor players and Eddy players and Azucena players when it comes to that fucking power crush. Okay, they're just mashing it, bro. They're just mashing it whenever they feel like it. Okay, and it'd be working because that move was really good. They really want you to believe, oh, Nina is so hard, so I'm working like way harder. Like this character is really difficult, you know. Like it's really a specialist thing, you know. And then they do the power crush. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers love talking about how hard their character is, and they don't be doing none of the hard shit. You know what I mean? Anyway. Oh, she has some different stuff written here for her rage art. The attack duration was set to 2 frames, which differ from other characters' rage art, so the duration has been shortened to 1 frame. To prevent the move from becoming harder to hit upward due to the shorter duration, attack hitbox has been expanded upward. Power crush attribute before the attack starts was set to 1 frame longer than the other character's rage art, and this has been corrected. Used to me. 1-2, 1+2, forward 1+2, and down forward 1-2, 1+2. Adjusted the position and size of the attack hitbox and further reduced the tracking performance to alleviate the difficulty of sidestepping in certain situations. The distance from the opponent on block has been reduced, and the powered up version when intercepting an attack remains unchanged. Forward 4, change the jump status from 12 to 21 frames to 12 to 24 to prevent being hit by low attacks before the attack startup. Whatever. Down forward 3+4, change the time for entering crouch status from 1 frame to 4 frame. I don't really know what difference that makes. I'm just not informed enough or intelligent enough about the game. Down forward 3+4, and while crouching down forward 4, expanded the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff. 4-3 and then down 3-4-3. Fixed an issue where the move was incorrectly set as immune to attack reversals. I was not even aware of that. Then they nerfed down back 2, damage slightly from 20 to 17. And then down back 4-3, the hitbox size has been increased primarily to stabilize behavior when using aerial. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, they ain't hit her hard enough. Damn. Okay. So Nina's mostly the same. Cause like this shit's only gonna affect the bad players, and then like the rest of this shit is like whatever. Like who fucking cares? 3 less damage, like they really nerfed Hwoarang, bro. Like, why did Hwoarang get nerfed harder than characters like Alisa and Nina? And honestly, even Lili. Like, Lili got more nerfs overall, but she was just so much stronger that like it's still, like, comparatively speaking, I'm so confused, bro. Whatever, dog. Yo. 2 more pages. Let's get it. Oh God, here we go. Paul. Paul is a character known for his standard set of moves and powerful mix-up attacks with mid and low options in crucial moments. However, his unique appeal in Tekken 8 had not been fully realized. I'm not gonna lie. Here's my thing, right? You know the issue I have before we even get into these changes. They're buffing this nigga Paul in hopes that more people will pick him. You know why people aren't picking Paul? It's not because he's not good. That character's good. You know why it is? It's because of that whack ass Karen haircut they gave that nigga. That's why more people ain't picking Paul, bro. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. That nigga is strong, okay? He didn't really need to be buffed. He was kind of underrated, I fear. You know, I just feel like maybe Paul, people they nerfed Hwoarang, bro. Like, fuck. This is so dumb. Anyway, therefore, version 1.05, various adjustments have been made, focusing on the new elements introduced in Tekken 8. To make it easier for Paul to benefit from heat-related mechanics, enhancements have been made to heat engagers such as forward 2, up forward 2, and forward 3, or forward 4. Additionally, the distance to the opponent has been reduced upon successful heat activation, moves like quarter circle back 2, quarter circle forward 2, making it easier to open up an opponent with moves like down, forward 2, 1+2. Moreover, one of Paul's signature moves, Hammer of the Gods, has been made chargeable, and the usability of forward charging moves like forward, 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 and forward, forward, forward 2 has been improved to facilitate offense. Furthermore, the newly added special movement Deep Dive in Tekken 8 can now be transitioned into from Sway, expanding tactical options in ground combat and aerial combos, thus providing more versatility for players. If you thought Paul players didn't have to think before, oh boy. All right. So forward 2, the start of the attack has been changed from 14 frames to 13 frames. Reduce the damage of the strike portion from 14 to 12. The damage of the throw animation portion remains unchanged. Reduce the recovery time. Hold on. I need to see something really quick because I'm pretty sure. Where's Paul's dumbass at? I need to see something. Right. So Paul, because forward 2 is now getting buffed, where the move is going from 14 frames to 13 frames. Let me finish reading. Let me finish reading before I make the judgment. I could be wrong. Let me see something. The start of attack has been changed from 14 frames to 13 frames. Reduce the damage of the strike portion from 14 to 12. The damage of the throw animation portion remains unchanged. Reduce the recovery time of the throw animation portion by 3 frames, changing the frame advantage from +6 to +9 on hit. Okay. By speeding up the attack to 13 frames, it becomes one of the fastest moves that can lead to an aerial combo from a heat dash when in heat state. Oh, so they just dead ass tell you. They just dead ass tell you my fear. Yeah, they just gave the nigga a 13 frame launcher because he needed it. They nerfed Hwoarang. Like, bro, like. And then the audacity, when in heat state, the threat of punishment for a combo from this move should make it easier for Paul to apply offensive pressure. I don't feel like, whatever. Forward 4, increase the recovery time inflicted on the opponent by 3 frames when the move is blocked, resulting in a change from a frame advantage of -8 frames to -5 frames on block. Change the damage from 21 to 24. Reduce the distance to the opponent after hitting from long range and activating heat. And change the opponent's behavior on hit when the heat dash is activated, increasing the variety of follow-up attacks. Forward 1+2 now deals chip damage on block. The move is plus, by the way. The behavior of the opponent on counter has been altered to allow for follow-up attacks. Okay, that's cool. He can now also charge his forward 1+2, which made it possible to enhance Hammer of the Gods with a hold input. When Paul enters heat state, hold moves are powered up, and this move will also benefit from that power up. So now, not only does he have a unreactable mid that is +3 on block, it's now also going to do chip damage, and you can charge it up, so it'll probably do even more chip, be even more plus, and in heat, it's going to be even more powerful. Cool. Mind you, hold on. Whatever, dog. Big day for racists, bro. Like, back 1+2. As part of the overall suppression of high power crushes. Okay, so they're at least nerfing this power crush. Change the opponent's behavior on block, reducing the distance to the opponent, so it'll be closer to you. Goes from -6 to -9, and that's really it. Like, sure. That's whatever. You know what move needs to be nerfed? Down 1+2. Anyway, up back 2, recovery time reduced by 2 frames. Adjusted the tracking performance to make it more likely to hit opponents sidestepping to the left. Okay, he needed better tracking, I guess. Change the opponent's behavior on block, reducing the distance to the opponent. Change the damage from 22 to 26. 4-2, what move is that? Ball players ever use this move? I don't feel like I've ever been hit by this. It's getting buffed though. Forward 3 now deals chip damage on block. I'm sorry, forward 4 now deals chip damage on block. That's a little trooper roll, right? Post recovery time when blocking has been increased by 3 frames. Eventually the block has been... Yo, what the fuck? My nigga, what? So this move goes from being, and it was safe, but now it's plus. It's only +2, which is not like insane, but like this being plus at all is already really weird to me. This move being as safe as it is already really weird to me, to be honest. Okay? But now it's a launcher. It's plus on block. And it deals chip damage. I just don't understand. Bro, what? Paul is broken. Like Paul might be the best character in the game after this. Paul deadass might be the best character in the game after this. This is insane. Recovery time has been decreased by 1 frame. The frame advances on blocks now been changed from -10 to -9, because of course. Now deals chip damage on block, because of course. Limited the conditions for transitioning to a strike throw to airborne hits only, and changed the opponent's behavior on counter hit, allowing for follow-up attacks on a downed opponent. While rising 3, the opponent's behavior on hit has changed, and the frame range has been changed from +3 to +6. Reduce the distance to the opponent after hitting with an attack and activating heat for his death fist. I couldn't think of the fucking name for a second. Deep dive 2-1. The start of the first attack has been changed from 15 frames to 14 frames. The damage of the first attack has been changed from 17 to 10. Okay, so it gets a damage nerf. The behavior of the opponent on hit for the second attack has been altered to allow for follow attacks, so it doesn't matter because you're getting guaranteed follow-ups anyway. So he loses out on what, 8, 7, so 15 damage, but I'm sure the follow-up he's getting is more than 15 damage. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I'm sure it's more than 15 damage. Then deep dive down forward 4, change the damage from 12 to 18. And then during sway, he can now do made deep dive during cormorant stamp down 4, executable from sway. So Paul is the best character in the game. Like, I don't like it. It's just, Paul is just the best character. Like, Paul was good already. I will stand on that. I will die on that. Paul was already good. They gave him some crazy buffs for a character who was already good. Like, he was not struggling, like, at all. You know what I mean? Like, there are some characters that could have legitimately used some buffs. Like Raven, sure, give him some buffs. You know what I mean? Like, June needed buffs after what they did in the last patch and things like that. But like, Paul was like, Paul was fine. It gave him some crazy buffs for a character that was already chilling. You know what I mean? Like, Paul is better than Raven already, I thought. I would say so. I would say Paul was probably a much better character than Raven. I thought Paul was really good. Now he's really, really, really fucking good. Speaking of Raven, go ahead and check out the Raven changes. In version 1.05, Raven has undergone adjustments to stabilize movements and enhance the appeal of back turn techniques. I need a moment to process this Paul shit, bro. They fucking nerfed Hwoarang, and like, I can't believe this. Anyway, Raven, bro. Raven has undergone adjustments to stabilize movements and enhance the appeal of back turn techniques. The long reach and excellent low move Aqua Spider while crouching down forward 3 can now also be executed with the input down forward 3, making it easier to transition into back turn stance. Additionally, the improved performance of back facing opponent forward 3 increases the pressure on opponents by deterring their actions. Against defensive opponents, the low move back facing opponent forward 4, which is suitable for pokes, has become more effective. These enhancements should make it easier to launch attacks from the back turn stance than ever before. So Heat Smash adjusted the collision detection, hitbox around the main bodies when expanded, adjusted opponent behavior, whatever. 3-4 added jump status to make it usable as an option against the opponent's low attacks. 4-3-3 expanded the opponent hitbox attack to correct the changes in behavior when used in aerial combos due to the improved tracking performance in version 1.04. Forward 1+2, the hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain moves. And same thing goes for back turn 2. Down back 2-1, the hitbox has been added along the midline, mitigating the issue of whiffing in certain situations. While crouching down forward 3, which is Aqua Spider while crouching down forward 3, can now be also executed from a standing position with the input down forward 3. Fucking fly in here, man. How are you not dead yet? I thought flies lived for like 2 days. I didn't get it. While crouching down forward 3, increase Raven's forward movement after the attack. This change aims to reduce the distance to the opponent after the attack, considering the low risk when the attack is blocked. Back facing opponent, so back turn forward 3. The hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing for certain moves. Change the opponent's behavior on normal hit. The recovery when returning to facing forward has been changed from +3 to +6. Okay. Interesting in the back turn, the recovery has been changed from 0 to +3. Okay, so Raven getting some more plus frames. And also getting some guaranteed follow-ups, it looks like, on counter hit. Back turn forward 4, change the damage from 9 to 13, slight damage buff. Change your opponent's behavior on hit, reducing the distance to the opponent, but keeping them closer so that he's getting, better advantage and mix up. Increased recovery time inflicted on the opponent upon hit by 2 frames, resulting in a change from a frame range of +2 to +4. So again, just kind of helping enforce that mix up after the fact. Back turn back 3+4, fix the issue where he cannot block at the intended timing when the opponent was positioned to the side. Okay. Nothing super crazy here, but buffs for Raven. I feel like Paul was a much better character than Raven, and Paul got way crazier buffs than Raven, but the patch maintenance is tonight. The patch will be live tomorrow, essentially. Reina, here we go. Okay, so I'm expecting Reina nerfs, not because I think she needs it, but just because she's really strong and other people think she needs it. But I don't know what they're gonna do outside of forward 2, but strap in, we'll see. In accordance with the overall direction of version 1.05, Reina has undergone adjustments primarily focusing on moves with outstanding performance and elements related to high combo damage. I don't think her damage was out of control, but who knows. The fast initiating and long-reaching move Raiden, which was forward 2, has been adjusted to make it easier to evade with sidesteps in both directions, fixing its previous tendency to hit opponents moving to the left. The Manji Geri series of moves, including while crouching down forward 4, had a very high evasive properties despite their high return on hit. Therefore, their hurt box has been enlarged and the crouching status has been removed. I mean, that sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Additionally, the damage of while opponent is down 4-1, a significant contributor to high combo damage, has been reduced to mitigate the overall high return. However, due to the change in opponent behavior when performing a heat dash after hitting down forward 1-2, down 4-1 can now be used as a follow, which enhances its power. Did that really need to be nerfed? So they're nerfing the stomp into the downward punch, right? But like, well, we'll see. So 1-1, the distance from the opponent has been reduced when the first hit connects in order to alleviate whiffing midway through. Okay, so this is what I was saying earlier about like the same thing where like they fixed Kazuya's string. Like, yeah, this is good because that shit happens way too often. This is their 10 string, and then 3-4, 3+4 4, 4 3+4 4, 4 3+4 hold, down 4 3+4 4, back 1-1 3-3, back 3-4 while crouching, down forward 4, back facing opponent 4 during heat 3-4-4, during heat 3+4 4-4, and during heat 4 3+4 4. Expanding the hurt box, alleviating situations where certain attacks would whiff, and remove the crouching status. That sucks, but it's not the end of the world. Forward 1+2 3, fix an issue where the distance between characters become unnaturally large on counter hit. Forward 3+4 3 on counter hit, and down forward 3+4 on counter hit. Expanded the angle at which the move can transition to a strike throw. Down forward 1-2. Hitbox has been adjusted to alleviate instances of hitting targets from areas other than the front. Yeah, it just sometimes just had a weird angle where you would just get hit where you really shouldn't. That's not really a nerf. That's just like, it just shouldn't do that. Forward 4-2. Adjusted the size of the attack hitbox to make it less likely to hit opponents moving to Reina's right side. So it just has worse tracking, which maybe that move shouldn't track anyway. I don't know. I'm still gonna do it. The thing is, like, you're still gonna get hit. Maybe not. Maybe people will actually be alive, but at the high level, people will definitely be better at stepping that move. The thing is, too, though, is that like forward 4-2 is obviously like really powerful as a move, and now it's weaker. But like, if you watch like Yagami or like Ulsan play Reina, which are, I would say, are probably the two best Reina players right now, it's not like their entire offense is just forward 4-2. You know what I mean? So, you know, only the scrubs like me who play Reina just like completely rely on forward 4-2 constantly. So you have the stomp into the punch, change the damage of the second attack from 20 to 17, and change the damage of the second attack with the just frame input from 24 to 20. So slight damage nerf, 3 points on the regular version, 4 points on the just frame version. Again, that sucks, not the end of the world. Sentai 1-2, since the second hit is also considered part of the power crush, it has been fixed so that like the first hit is not possible to escape throws, but the opponent's throw connects during the second hit's animation. I mean, I'm pretty sure that move is minus 15 on blocks, so you're supposed to be launching that anyway. And just like Hwoarang, the second hit's not actually armored. Like, I feel like that shit shouldn't apply, but I guess. But it's minus 15. But I guess if you're, I don't know, if it's like the end of a round, you just want like a guaranteed quick punish that you're not gonna fuck up, or something like that. You know what I mean? But realistically, you're supposed to be launching that. Because that's the power crush into the punch, right? So that's this move here. Yeah, it's minus 16 on block, so. But the second hit doesn't actually have armor. Oops. But it's whatever. Sentai 3. Fix an issue where this move was incorrectly set as immune to attack reversals. Expanded the attack hitbox horizontally to mitigate the issue of whiffing against opponent's sidesteps in certain situations. Sentai 3+4, the hitbox around the main body has been expanded to alleviate issues of whiffing at close range. This change does not affect the attack's reach. And Heaven's Wrath 1+2, fixed an issue where tracking performance would decrease when certain inputs were performed. I'm not gonna lie. I think Reina's still gonna be perfectly fine after this. I think she's still gonna be really, really good. I will absolutely continue to play her. I think she's probably still gonna be one of the top tiers, but I will be pushing the Reina is now dead agenda and pushing for buffs because they nerfed Hwoarang, so fuck this game. Like, bro, like, are you dead ass? Hell yeah, brother, call me and I'll back you up. Let's go. Yeah, guys, Reina's dead, bro. Needs buffs. So yeah, slight damage nerf, like less evasive, no longer have the crouching status, like whatever, like okay. Sentai 1-2 can be thrown, but like the good players are launching you for that regardless. Yeah, she's dead, bro. Then we have Shaheen, who might be getting nerfed because of AK. Let's see. In version 1.05, Shaheen has undergone nerfs to moves that allowed for repeatedly creating situations for one-sided offense. The behavior of Stealth Step 2 when hitting a downed opponent after her slide. Okay, so just like I was saying earlier with Law, they did change this. Has been changed to reduce the loop potential of his offense, and additionally the ability of downhold input up 2. To induce wall stagger has been removed, reducing its controlling power near walls. On the other hand, the situation after hitting with forward 2-3 has been significantly improved. After successfully landing this move as a punish or in a ground combo, opportunities to use while crouching, so slide and up to have been increased. So, hitbox expanded, whatever. Issue of performing certain inputs resulted in unintended moves, whatever. 4-2-3. So the behavior of the opponent on hit has been modified, and the frame events has been changed from +5 to +20. Yo, settle down. To facilitate offense after landing an attack, the distance from the opponent on hit has been reduced. Like, I just feel like, you know, you got it. These adjustments are made to compensate for the loss of offensive strength due to the change of stealth step 2. After landing the attack, the opponent can still block or duck high attacks, but Shaheen will be in significantly advantageous position. Yeah, you don't say. Plus 20, huh? Down forward 413. The tracking capability of the second hit has been enhanced when landing the first hit, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. Same thing applies to down back 3-4 and during stealth step 2-1. I'm sorry, 1-3. I don't know why I read that completely wrong. Down 4, the collision detection with the opponent has been adjusted to mitigate the issue of some of the opponent's punishments whiffing after this move was blocked. Back 2, the angle at which throws can be executed has been expanded, allowing throws to connect not only from directly in front, but also from slightly off to the side. Why? Ag 3 plus 4, as part of the overall suppression of high power crushes. Yeah, we know about that. Less tracking, reduced distance, reduced attack hitbox, yeah. Up forward 1. The hitbox has been expanded downward, alleviating instances of whiffing. Slide has an expanded hurtbox. Hold down, so it's charge 2. Change the opponent's behavior on block and remove the effect that induced wall stagger. Increase the opponent's stun on block by 2 frames. Change the block stun to +4. This adjustment aims to improve offensive opportunities when not near a wall. So again, like trying to weaken those wall situations that characters had, but like giving them stronger pressure just like in the middle of the screen. During stealth step down back, fix an issue where continuing to hold down back would prevent blocking against low attacks even after the recovery period had ended. And stealth step 2, the behavior on landing a down hit has been modified. This change is made considering the follow-up attacks from while crouching from the slide, whereas highly repetitive and powerful offense. So that's Shaheen. Honestly, I really don't know how big of a difference this change makes to these characters, not just being able to like loop slide over and over again into the guaranteed follow-up. But I mean, Shaheen had a lot more going for him than just that, and he got some other slight buffs in here as well, so we'll see. I think he's another character like he'll be fun. You just kind of have to change up your game plan a little bit. All right, last page, boys. We're almost done. And it's only taken me 3 hours to get to the last page. And the last one's a doozy. All right, Steve-oo. Continuing from the adjustments made in version 1.04, Steve has received further enhancements related to Lionheart, as well as changes aimed at improving this character's usability and control feel. The new Lionheart feature in Tekken 8 has been made more appealing with the improved performance for Lionheart 1+2. Additionally, various moves that transition into Lionheart can now return to a standing position with a back input, increasing tactical flexibility. Okay. Steve had few good options for counterattacks from a crouching position other than while rising 1-2, which made it difficult to counter powerful high and low attacks from opponents, increasing the character's difficulty of play. To address this, while rising 1+2 has been added as a new option, and the startup of while crouching down 4-2 has been sped up to improve the character's usability. So like by while rising 1+2, do they deadass just mean like 1+2 but while rising, like literally? Like they just give this nigga a while rising Sonic Feng? Or is this a whole new move? Oh, it says it right here. Made Sonic Feng executable from a wild rising position. Okay. Oh, they buffed his while crouching down forward too. Hold on, I wonder how fast it is now, because before it was 18 frames. Yo, did they hold on, that could be huge. So while standing 1+2, so he's a while rising Sonic Feng. while crouching down forward 2, change from 18 to 19 frames to 16 to 17. Hey, Steve with a 16 frame while rising launcher. Hold on. That's pretty big for him. That's pretty significant for him. Peekaboo down forward 1-2. Fix an issue where unintended behavior would occur on side or back hits. Lionheart 1. The opponent's behavior on block has been changed. The opponent's recovery time has been increased by 5 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from -9 to -4. Okay. Lionheart 1+2 now deals chip damage on block and added a reversal break effect. This makes the attack effective against common attack reversals, parries, and power crushes. Damn. For all Lionheart transition moves, holding back allows the option to return to standing position instead of transitioning into the stance. Transitioning into Lionheart allows for quicker movements, but being able to choose actions from a standing position improves control feel and expands the freedom of playstyle. And that's it for Steve. But I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if somebody like FreeDX goes all in on Steve now, especially after like the Lili changes. I don't actually know who's better between the two at this point, but like nothing super crazy. I mean, this is arguably crazy, but like good changes for Steve. More Steve buffs. Surprised he didn't get a tiny bit more, just based on like the public perception of the character. But you know, they buffed Paul, so like a lot. All right, Victor. Heat Smash got to get nerfed. Expulsion, I'm sure, got nerfed. What else? Running 2 probably getting nerfed. Other than that, who cares, right? In version 1.05, Victor has undergone numerous adjustments aimed at enhancing the character's uniqueness and playability, including the addition of new animations. Which is really cool to hear, because Victor has really cool animations and a lot of really cool moves. You don't really get to see a super dope playstyle from him, because much like Azucena at the start, he has some basic shit that's really dumb and really easy to use. And so you just see that running 2, up 1+2 in heat. You know what I mean? Just like, power crush, just abuse that over and over again. Victor is an easy to use character known for his powerful offense with the mid attack running 2, which maintains pressure even when blocked, and his extremely long range power crush back 1+2, which provides strong defense. However, these moves tended to overshadow other techniques, leading to a more uniform playstyle. Exactly. To address this, version 1.05 has seen a reduction in the performance of these moves, while moves branching from special stances have been improved. That's what I want to see. I want to see the stances shit get used, especially the EI stance. I want to see that become like an essential part of his playstyle. Has been granted parry properties, and the EI stance can now be transitioned into from forward 4-2 and from running 2, allowing a broader range of techniques to shine. Going into wait. Now they already acknowledged. I'm sure they're nerfing running 2, because if not, running 2 into EI stance, like if you do running 2, hold forward and you go into EI, that's crazy. That's cool, but also what the fuck? That don't sound like fun at all to fight against anyway. So let's see. Rage art change, whatever. Forward 4-2 by inputting forward 4-2 3+4, and or forward 4-2 hold down. It's not possible to transition to EI stance on hit or block. Okay, that's cool. Added a punch parry effect from 5 distant frames during Perfumer. As it has been designated that a parry can no longer escape throws if grabbed during the move's animation. Down forward 1-1. The distance from the opponent has been reduced when the first hit connects in order to alleviate whiffing midway through. Whatever. Down forward 2. To make it easier for the opponent to counterattack when the move is blocked or whiffed, the following changes have been made. Increase the recovery time by 3 frames on block and whiff, and increase the recovery time inflicted on the opponent on block by... How negative is Victor down forward 2 on block? I don't remember. I mean, it's already unsafe, but I don't remember how punishable it is. So currently this move is -14. So is it going to be -17 on block now? Wait, no, increase the recovery time inflicted on the opponent upon block by 3 frames. Oh wait, so no, it's still going to be -14 on block, but now it's just like you just have it's just easier for you to acknowledge the fact that it got blocked and still get a punish, I think is what that means. Quarter circle forward 2, so shot, gunshot, down forward 4-2, and then 2-2-2. Expanded the hurt box, leaving search has to whiff. Back 1-2. The distance from the opponent has been reduced when the first hit connects in order to alleviate whiffing midway through. Back 2. To enhance performance while maintaining the combo content on counter hit, the following adjustments have been made. Recovery time reduced by 3 frames. Reduce the recovery on time inflicted on the opponent by 3 frames. The move is the counter hit. Combo damage scaling after counter has been changed from 70% to 90%. Previously, this move dealt 0 damage on hit, but it now deals 5 recoverable damage. This move cannot cause a KO. That's a little... Is it technically a parry? Yeah. Back 1+2, the power crush. Tracking ability against side steps has been reduced. Forward movement has been reduced. Starter frames, they slowed it down too. So instead of being 15 frames, it's 19 frames now. Sheesh. And reduced the hitbox. Yeah, that was needed. That was a needed change. Up 1+2, the tracking ability against side steps has been reduced and they nerfed the damage. So you can already sidewalk up 1+2, but particularly in heat, which I see that they're doing it here as well. It's really hard to sidewalk. Like you can, if you're just hard reading your opponent, it's not that hard, but like you could sidestep and sidewalk and still get hit. So that's good. And they nerfed the damage. The consumption of remaining heat has been changed from -300 to -450. Oh, wow. So it also uses way more heat now. So before you could get 3 of those, before your heat runs out, now you probably only get 2. Well, you literally only get 2, yeah. Tracking ability against side steps of the first attack has been reduced. Change the damage of the first attack from 40 to 37, so same as regular one. Adjusted the tracking performance of the move so that the second attack is less likely to connect and the first attack is evaded. And what do they mean first and second attack? Oh, they mean just like of the, like when it hits the ground. 4-4-2, the distance from the opponent on block has been reduced. Running 2, by inputting running 2 3+4 or running 2 down, it is now possible to transition into EI hit stance on hit or block. Frame advantage on block is +5. But isn't running 2 already +5? Or they mean when you go into stance it's +5? Okay, so yeah, here we go. So change the damage from 30 to 21. Change the starter from 16 to 17 to 18 to 19, so it's slower, less damage. Behavior of the opponent on hit has been changed. Doesn't running 2 currently tornado on hit? Or is that only on counter hit? I think it's only on counter hit. On regular hit, it just knocks you down, right? Yeah, so on regular hit, it knocks you back, and then on counter hit, it's tornado. Decrease the recovery time inflicted on the opponent by 3 frames when the move is blocked, resulting in a change from a frame advantage of +5 to +2 on block. And change the opponent's behavior on block, increasing the distance to the opponent. This change is made considering that repeatedly using this move on hit or block was a powerful playstyle that overshadowed the use of other moves. Given that the adjustments to EI stance tend to increase combo damage, the damage of the move itself has been significantly reduced. But you can still be +5 by transitioning into EI stance, which is really cool. So if you just do running 2 into 3+4, now your EI +5 into mix up, which makes it way more engaging and that's just way cooler character design. That's just way cooler character design to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I want EI stance to be a more important part of this character's toolkit. And so that's cool to see to me personally. Might actually make me play him some more because I liked him a lot at first, but I kind of got bored of the playstyle that I realized that was super effective for him. And then also fighting him is just like, y'all know what it's like fighting Victor players. I think this makes him way cooler, like way cooler of a character. During Perfumer 1, primarily reduce the risk when blocked. The following changes have been made. Reduce the recovery time by 1 frame. Maintain the frame advantage on hit. Reduce the opponent's recovery time on hit by 1 frame. There are no changes to the opponent's behavior on counter hit. As a result, these changes, the frame data is now as follows. It's -12 on block instead of -13. It's +4 on hit, which is still the same. And on counter hit, it's +14 instead of +13. Back 4 and Perfumer 4. Changed the damage from 17 to 20. Now deals chip damage. Increased the recovery time inflicted by the opponent by 4 frames. So it goes from -6 to +2. Or sorry, to -2. Perfumer 1+2. Increased the recovery time inflicted on the opponent by 2 frames when the move was blocked, resulting in a change from a frame range of +4 to +6. EI stance up added a new command for warping closer to the opponent. That sounds cool. EI stance 1 and EI stance 1+2. The behavior of the opponent on counter has been altered to allow for follow-up attacks. EI stance 4-2. Nerfed the damage from 24 to 20, but changed the opponent's behavior on hit to now tailspins. So strong air tailspin, increase the variety of aerial combos. I'm interested to see those new combos. Then EI stance down 2. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been increased by 3 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from +1 to +4. Yeah, EI stance got buffs, man. EI stance is buffed. You can transition into it from running 2, which is still useful to be doing. You just don't do it over and over and over again. Now you do running 2 into EI stance into like, now this is actually kind of a cool character. I like it personally. It makes me want to try a Victor in the new patch. Personally, I think these changes are really dope. That's just me. Then we have Xiaoyu. In version 1.05, Xiaoyu was not subject to balance adjustments. Only unintended behaviors were corrected. And then I mean, doesn't look like she got much here either. So during heat 212, adjusted the position of the hitbox during wall combos to mitigate the issue of whiffing when using wall combos. Phoenix 3+4 expanded the hurt box. Sure. Fixed an issue where certain inputs would prevent subsequent attacks from being executed correctly in Hypnotist. They changed the damage of this is a throw, right? From 10 to 16 on wall splat. And after pairing right punch, the behavior upon successful pair has been adjusted, mitigating the issue where the positioning between characters is becoming incorrect. I mean, okay, she got a slight damage buff here, and then the rest of this is dead ass just like correcting some behaviors. Like, like this is literally all behavior changes. So she's essentially still the exact same. Which I'm not somebody who's like begging for Xiaoyu nerfs anyway, but it's just like, yeah. Then we have Yoshimitsu and Zafina. Last 2 characters, boys and girls. Yoshimitsu experienced performance nerfs in version 1.02.01 for moves like Soul Stealer because certain aspects were at odds with the overall game concept. However, previous updates did not introduce new elements to enhance its appeal. In version 1.05, adjustments and performance tweaks focused on the special stance, Indian stance, have been made to broaden Yoshimitsu's gameplay. Previously, there were no easy transitions into Indian stance, so transitions from major moves like while crouching down forward 4 have been enabled. Additionally, the transition actions and attacks from the stance have been improved for better usability in practical scenarios. There was also an imbalance in the usage of moves during heat state. To address this, the heat timer consumption of 4 moves from Magi Dragonfly has been reduced, making these moves more practical compared to other enhanced elements. Okay. Also, hold on, I gotta check something real quick. How much storage do I have left on my drive before I fuck around and don't have space for this recording? Because this shit is fat. Okay, I should be good. I have almost 400 gigs. I should be good. So, Rage Art change, whatever. Opponent's behavior on the 3rd has been modified, mitigating the current whiffing midway through. Back 2-2. Adjusted the collision detection to mitigate the issues where some counterattacks wouldn't reach after evading by crouching. Fixed the issue where the heat dash transition could be triggered even if the second hit whiffed in certain situations. Down 3-4 while crouching, down 3+4, and during Magi Dragonfly, down 3+4. Enabled the ability to buffer inputs from moves when transitioning into Indian stance. Then for these same moves, made the timing to execute moves from down 3+4 and during Magi 1 frame faster, and for the crouching version 2 frames faster. Okay. While crouching, down forward 4, down 3+4, and during Indian stance, healing 4, down 3+4. Added a new command for transitioning into Indian stance after an attack. The frame advantage on hit is +8. Yoshimitsu buffs, boys and girls. Yoshimitsu buffs. Back turn, down 1. The issue where performing certain inputs resulted in unintended moves has been fixed. Kincho 1 and Kincho 1 hold. To mitigate the issue of attacks whiffing partway through, the following changes have been made. Change the opponent's behavior on long range hits to reduce the distance to the opponent. Tracking ability upon contact with the attack has been improved, so improved tracking, okay. The hitbox has been enhanced and fixed so that the attack does not track the opponent when it whiffs. Kincho down one, hold down forward, or down back rather, made it possible to transition into a Kazuya state by inputting during Kincho down one, down back. Meditation 3 fixed the issue where attempting to perform back facing opponent 1 or back facing opponent down 1 immediately after this attack would cause an unintended attack to be directed away from the opponent. Manji Dragonfly 1, the damage of the standard version has been changed from 15 to 22. The heat version from 20 to 26, and it takes half the amount of heat, and the tracking ability has been enhanced. Really? Manji Dragon 5 forward 1+2. The consumption from Reina key has been okay. More Yoshimitsu buffs. Indian stance healing 2. Forward movement has been increased to extend the reach of the attack. The hitbox has been expanded downward. And Indian stance 3+4 has been changed to a homing attack. I already thought Yoshimitsu was pretty solid. They nerfed Hwoarang. Like, what bugs me is that, like, it's not that I think Hwoarang was a bad character or like was garbage or anything, or that he needed buffs. It's that characters who were better than him got better while he got worse. Characters who were like way better than him either stayed the same or got better. They buffed Yoshi some more. And then we have Zafina, who got turbo buffed in the last patch, but the Zafina players aren't convinced that it was enough. So let's see what else you got. Oh, basically nothing. Zafina has only received changes aimed at addressing minor issues and improving overall satisfaction. So adjusted collision detection. Opponent behavior on landing with the first and second has been modified. Second hit now launches the opponent into the air, allowing for more consistent follow-up attacks when the opponent is hit near the wall. To minimize the impact of these changes on the overall change of aerial combos, the damage of the first has been adjusted from 9 to 8. The damage of the second has been adjusted from 18 to 8. That's actually pretty significant. I mean, it's not like a ginormous deal, but... Then Scarecrow 3, change the behavior when hitting a crouching opponent to match the behavior when hitting a standing opponent. This adjustment aims to mitigate the issue of the second hit whiffing in certain situations. And that's all the changes, boys and girls. That is patch 1.05. They nerfed Hwoarang.